We're live, we're live, we're live. Let me double check a few things before we get rolling here. Y'all, welcome in to the stream. There we are. We're up here. We're ready to go. Cheech in the way. Lars in the building. Welcome in. I appreciate y'all being here. Let me see. Give me a second, y'all. Let me get a couple things updated here. I'm a little bit behind. Junior's in the building. Skilla, welcome in to the stream. I hope y'all are doing absolutely fantastic today. Boom, that's up and rolling. Purple Ohms, welcome into the building. I appreciate you tapping into the stream today. Let's get this updated. Avis is in the building. What's up, Avis? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Let's see. Give me just one moment, y'all, while I get a few things updated. Ale is in here. Art's in the building. Thank you for the rose, Avis. I appreciate that a lot. Joseph's in the building. What's up, Joseph? It's good to see you, man. I appreciate you tapping in over on the Purple app. It's good to see you, man. Y'all keep tapping the screen. If you're over on TikTok, make sure y'all are tapping the screen. Share out the live with a couple people. Don't forget to send in your heart me. It does really help out the live stream, and I'll explain the whole live stream, the whole structure of it here in just a couple minutes, y'all. But I appreciate y'all. No way. DT's in the building. What's up, DT? What's up, DT? Destro, welcome in. DT, it's good to see you, man. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. I appreciate you tapping into the stream, man. I hope you're doing fabulous, bro. It's been far too long. What do you mean, Kuda Liar? Welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. All right, let me see. Cozy Tiger over on the Red app. So you want to see the audio files? Yeah, I got you. Let me get your BPMs, your structure, and stuff like that. I need to hop on that after the stream. I got you. I got you. TT, it's good to see you, man. It's good to see you. I appreciate you tapping. Okay, hold on, y'all. Give me one moment. I gotta update a few things. Give me 2 seconds here. I gotta get. Okay, that should work. Destro, wide open. I just hopped on 2 minutes and 14 seconds ago. So we have been rolling here for a couple minutes, but literally just hopped on. Y'all, we're gonna get moving in with the music here in just a second. Dude, DT, just seeing your name makes me so happy, man. Kara, thank you so much for tapping in. I appreciate you joining the live stream as well. Thank you for the heart me, DT. Thank you for the heart me as well, Kara, DT. Both of y'all, appreciate y'all. I've been so busy, but I'm back locked in. I love to hear it, man. I mean, same, dude. We've been all over. Life is crazy. Life is absolutely crazy. I'm gonna make you chug a whole water bottle really quick. I hope it pops up Slasher. I'm still working on it. Tasty water. I'm still trying to figure some things out with Restream to make sure that they show me when you redeem your channel points and subs and stuff like that, because I set it up and I still don't think that it's working. I don't know why. I'm not seeing it all. Prissy, thank you so much. I hope I'm saying that correctly, but thank you so much for tapping in. I appreciate you being here. For whatever reason, the channel points still aren't popping up. They're supposed to be. I did set it up like a week ago. 12 hydrates. So my bat signal here. Derek's in the building. What's up, Derek? Welcome in. I did not see the 12. I did not see the 12. The boss, I appreciate you tapping in so much. I'm going to be bringing you so much stuff in the near future. Started back literally today, DT. That makes me happy, man. Man, I miss DT's voice. I miss his writing. Avis, let me catch up on a couple messages here, and we'll get things flowing here in just a moment, y'all. And I will describe the entire live stream. So in just a couple minutes, as I respond to a couple things, I will get things rolling. I'll describe the whole live stream, the format of it, the whole details of it, all that good stuff. Okay. Let's see. Avis said, I need help mixing beats. Any general pointers? What general's too general because there's so many nuances to it's open, Destro. If you want to check the line, go to the Red app. I'm doing pretty good, Derek. It's good to see you, man. If you go to the Red app, YT, you can see the line over there. The line order minimum is always up. I've just got it set up a second ago. So talk to me really quick, Avis. What do you feel like your pain point is? Because there's a lot of, I guess, general things that I could say, but I would love to know, like, what do you feel like is making your beats not sound good when you're mixing them, right? Like, what's the actual pain point? Because it could be a million. Does it feel muddy? Do they feel weak? Does it feel like creatively from your sound design choices that they're not adding up to the kind of energy that you're looking for? Talk to me through a couple of those things. Okay, Chris, I see you. Ito, I appreciate you tapping in as well. Let's get into some music, y'all. Let's get into some music. Thank you so much for the follow, Chris. I appreciate that a lot. A good way to set up is with Blurp or Sound Alerts if you want. I can always give a run through with the Twitch specifically. Yeah, well, so I have it all set up on Twitch, Joseph. Purple app. I'm so sorry, TikTok. Thank you for the follow as well. And I promise you in like 30 seconds I'll explain the whole live stream. I have it already set up on the Purple app, but it's actually getting it to show up for me in OBS. So I have it splitting to red and purple right now through OBS and through Restream, just the free one, right? The free one where I can split it out there. And then I'm using Restream chat so I can combine those chats for me, and I can see them on my second screen over here. That's what I'm running into though. Is for whatever reason, some of those like messages, the alerts and stuff like that are for whatever reason aren't popping up with the Restream chat. So we might need to hop on a call and figure some stuff out. I got vocals back in the cinematic hymn song the other day. So good. Choir's recording this week. Let's go, Derek. I love to hear it, man. Okay, let's get into some music, y'all. Let me go ahead and break down the structure of the live stream. I'm so glad you're here. Also, really quick, really quick, and I know maybe the vast majority of y'all here don't know who I am, and this won't matter to you at all. But we did hit 10,000 followers a couple days ago. Esden, thank you for tapping in. I just want to say thank y'all so much. That is not some crazy number, but to me, just knowing where I have come from in pursuing, being able to do music as a full-time job and being able to really dive into these things over the last 3 years, it means a lot to me. Okay, thank you for the follow. It means a lot to me. It's something that I have fought for the last years and years and years of being on these platforms. So I just genuinely, every single one of you. It's why I do my best. I really do my best for every single person that taps into the stream, every single person that hops in, every single person that follows the gifts. I really try to do my best to acknowledge y'all. I don't take it for granted. I really do appreciate every single one of y'all that have followed over the last couple, 3+ years that we have been doing these consultations and doing these live streams and building this music community. So anyways, I just wanted to say I haven't been live since that happened. So I just wanted to say I genuinely do appreciate y'all so much. And thank y'all for just the love and support over these last couple years. Okay, Derek. It's all love. I mean, we have some of the OGs right here in the chat too, man. It's so incredibly humbling to have just so many people along for this ridiculous ride on social media. Let's get into some music. I will update the line here in just 1 second as we get things flowing. Let me thank you for the heart me. I appreciate that. For those of you who have never been here before, if you are coming into the live stream for the first time, for one, welcome to Track Talk. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the live stream. I'm so glad that you're here. Music Chick, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that as well. If you've never been here before, what we do here at Track Talk are 20 to 30 minute multiple listen consultations on the structure of your music. Each of these breakdowns, like I said, they're about 20 to 30 minutes a piece. We will listen to your song, usually 2 or 3, or instrumental if you're a producer, 2 to 3 different times to really get into the nuances of what you're doing creatively and practically. We're going to dive in over those 20 to 30 minutes into your mix and master, your production elements, your sound design choices, your lyric and song formatting. We're going to really get into the details and the nuances of what you're doing within the structure of your music. These are not reviews. This is not a quick review. There's no trash or pass. There's no ratings. There's no polls. This is strictly about getting into the details and nuances of your music and ideally offering some specific, professional, practical, and actionable feedback on the structure of your music. If that is interesting to you, you can find all of the details for this and the whole structure of it by going to my profile and clicking on the link. Just read through and follow all of the details there. If you're on the red app, YT, that's also where you can see the line order and minimums. If you're on the red app, just go to the description for the live stream to submit. If you're on the purple app, which you can also see the line over there, if you're on the purple app, you can type !submit right there in the chat, and the link to submit will pop up for you right there. For those of you who don't know who I am, which is probably a lot of y'all, which is great. I love it. My name is Torvik. I am a full-time audio engineer, producer, and session musician. That is what I do for a living. I've done that for the last 14+ years. I'm also a classically trained pianist, and the whole structure of this live stream is from that perspective. I'm not here to trash you. I'm not here to roast you. I'm not here to tear you down. I'm also not here to hype you up. I'm not here to get you exposure. If that happens, fantastic. I love anytime the algorithm does something great and you get some exposure and some fans for your music. Beautiful. It's just not not my priority, and it's not how I've structured the live stream in order to prioritize that. The priority of this live stream, Skyla, thank you so much for the follow. The priority of this live stream is to offer actionable feedback and some really detailed, nuanced breakdowns when it comes to the structure of your music, whether you're an artist, you're a producer, you're a session musician, you're a songwriter, you're a vocalist, you're an engineer, whatever it may be. That is the structure of the live stream. So once again, you do not submit it to the chat, and I would encourage y'all, please do not spam the chat. I do not want you to get muted by one of our mods, which can happen every once in a while if y'all are spamming too much. If you would like to submit, go to my profile, click on the link, and then read through and follow all of the details there. I see some people also throwing in some big artists down there. This is not for major artists. It is a very specific service that we're offering for musicians and artists and producers and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna play like popular artists unless for whatever reason you are connected to that person. Maybe you were a session musician for them or something like that. Then we can dig into that as well. Skyla, if for whatever reason there's no link, it's usually just a random regional thing with the app. If there's no link for any reason, just find my same name, find my same name over on IG. Find the same name over on IG. It's the same link over there, and it might pop up for you. But if for whatever reason we've done thousands of these consultations, literally, we've done thousands of these, and sometimes there's going to be a couple people where they can't see the link for any reason. If it's not shown up for you, it's usually some regional app thing. Hop over to IG, look up the same name, and you'll see everything that you need right there. Okay, let me get the board updated. Once again, if you want to see the line, go to my profile and then click on, you'll see the red app YT. You can follow that over there. Just use your imagination. And let's get into it. Let me update a few things here. Let me go ahead and update the line here. We got a couple people coming in already, so let me go ahead and get y'all up on the board, ready to go. Remind me really quick, if your initials are BP and you just sent in through the website, please let me know who you are. Torvik is a Norwegian name after the fjords. We got Derek Bennett in the building. Derek Bennett, I'm going to get you on the board. PR Fisher, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate that. Destra, that's you. I got you, Destra. Let me get you up on the board right away. Beautiful. I'm going to get you up here as Destra. You're in line, ready to go. And I saw you asking about the line earlier, Destra. You can check it on the red app. If anybody wants to see the line, the order, minimum, anything like that, which changes over the course of the live, then definitely head on over to that other app where we're live right now. We're live on 3 platforms right now. You can check it out. All right, let's see. Derek Bennett, I got you up on the board, ready to go. Lonely Decorin, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that a lot. Derek, you're up. You're ready to go. All right, we are going to we're going to dive into some music, y'all. It is time. We're not going to wait around any longer. I'm probably going to do between 6 and 8 songs tonight. I'm starting a little bit later today. It's been an insanely long day, so I'm going to try to get through, let's say, at least 6 songs today. These are, like I said, 20 to 30 minutes long, so that's still a long time. I'm going to try to get through at least 6. If I can do 8, fantastic. I'll keep in mind how my ears are feeling, and also that I got a bunch of work I got to get done tomorrow too. So I'm going to keep all of that in mind. R3trac's in the building. R3trac, I hope you're doing fantastic, man. I'm 100% you'll love this one. Last time you were vibing on my track, Destra. I like to hear it. All right, let me double check. Everything's good to go. Let me refresh over here. If you're over on TikTok, once again, make sure y'all are tapping the screen like crazy. Share out the live with a few people you think would be interested in the structure of what we do here. And don't forget to send your heart me for the day. It really does help out the live stream. All right, let's get things flowing. We've got the family in the building. Boom. Okay, Destra, I've got you with your email as well. Let me see. And yeah, all right, Derek, I got you right here. All right, let's get it. It was just loading up. This is World Gone Mad featuring Emmy Smith and W Got Bars. Okay, so I think if I'm not mistaken, I have heard a version of the song before. I'm pretty sure this is the one we were just mentioning. We were just talking about. Remind me just again really quick in the chat. Didn't realize it was 8 p.m. I don't know. Anyone else just like always completely screwed over by this time change? Like I love it. Like, it's fine. It's not like I care that much, but it always throws me off. I'm like, I feel like it's still like early kind of ish, but I'm like, wait, well now it's already dark. So I'm thinking it's like 6 or 7. And then I look over, I'm like, oh, it's already 8 p.m. Like, Jesus. You heard this probably a year ago. Okay. Let's get into it. This is World Gone Mad. I hope everything loads up easily today. I've been having some download issues. Stop, Derek, every time. God damn it. All right, let me, no, don't add the drive. What are you doing? Is it Yelsine? I absolutely can. If anybody wants to submit their music for a long form consultation like we're just about to dive into here, just go to my profile, click on the link, and then read through and follow all the details here. We'll get you in line along with everyone else. I've already got a stack of people ready to go. I'm just waiting for some tracks to download, and we're going to dive into our first song here. Let's see. And I need everyone go follow the Cozy Tiger as well. You see them pinned right there. Everybody go follow the Cozy Tiger, especially if you like cozy stuff. All right. Why is this not working? Give me a second, Derek. I got to check a couple things. I'm having some, it's not the Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi's good. Everything's in, everything's plugged. Everything is routed straight. For whatever reason, Derek said, you said it. No, because it's just a part of our language. Grayson, welcome in. Grayson, I appreciate you tapping in. Let me just check some storage things real quick. Give me 2 seconds. Checking storage things because I don't, it shouldn't be having any issues. No, we should have plenty of storage. We do have plenty of storage. Yep, we do still have plenty of storage. Okay, I don't know why this is doing this. Okay, we'll just It might do some of our pausing, weird issues whenever I play it straight from the email, but hopefully it's not too bad. This is World Gone Mad by Derek Bennett. If you don't know Derek Bennett, you need to. He's a very talented writer and producer. If you like cinematic contemporary stuff, on the flip side of that, if you're into worship music, then this is going to be someone you should pay attention to. Shoot him a follow. You can find him on pretty much all socials underneath that name. Go tap in with him. That's one of the OGs, one of the family. We love and adore Derek Bennett. So let's run it from the top. I heard this apparently about a year or so ago. It's got some updated vocals, maybe some updated production elements. Let's dive in, man. It's time. It's already doing its pausey thing. Hopefully it doesn't do that too much. OG School, welcome in.
Truth, Christ is my rock, got nothing to lose. Faith on fire, can be moved by the lies. I'm repping my savior. Till the day that I die, this world's gone mad, but the kids coming back. Stay ready, stay focused. Walking the path, stay walking the path. The world's gone mad, but I'm standing on truth. Christ is my rock, got nothing to lose. They selling this sin like it's cheap on the shelf. Worshiping idols, thinking of self. Politicians speak just for the wealth. Meanwhile, the earth's here crying for help. Christ is my rock, got nothing to lose. I got nothing to lose. I got nothing to lose. Deceiving the weak, living for the moment, the word we see. Don't get caught up in the lies they feed. Kingdoms falls, love remains. Morning and night, I'll praise his name. Light in the darkness, breaking the chains. Praise the Redeemer, forever he reigns. Turn to the Savior, all you need. His word will favor, his word to blade. Truth is shield, in his image you were made. The world's gone mad, it's falling apart. I'm holding on tight to his love in my heart. Christ is the answer, the light in the way. Keep on singing and praising his name every day.
No, it's two different artists. He just produced and wrote it. And this is still an earlier demo too, y'all. None of it is my music or famous music. It's independent artists, producers, engineers, musicians, songwriters. So if you make music or you're connected with someone that makes music, then those are the kinds of songs that we're listening to. None of it's mine, and none of it is famous people. It's halfway between all of those. Good automation movement on the cellos there in the background too. Y'all give it up one time for Derek Bennett. If y'all do want to submit, GK, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that a lot. For those of you that are trying to send your song in the chat, if you would like to submit, we have a process to go through that all of the other artists that are going through right now as well. If you would like to submit, go to my profile, click on the link, just read through and follow all the details there, and we'll get you on the board. We'll get you in line along with everyone else that's in here right now. Joseph, welcome in over on this platform. I see you. But these are detailed long-form breakdowns. Thank you for the hand heart, Joseph. I appreciate you a lot. Thank you for the love. But these are long-form consultations. It's not a quick review. So if you're wanting to dive deep into your music, each of these song breakdowns take about 20 to 30 minutes a piece. We go through your song usually 2 or 3 different times to really chop through and get into the nuances of what you're doing. Joseph going absolutely crazy with the hand hearts, man. I love and appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Y'all show some love to Joseph as well, and show some love to Derek Bennett, who we just heard. Show some love to Derek Bennett, who we just heard. Let's get straight back into the details. Let's dive into the song structure, and let's get it. Let's get it, man. I'm excited. This is a really cool. I mean, it's very cinematic. It's really energetic. Please do not spam the chat with your song. I don't want y'all to get muted, but if you keep spamming it, especially after we tell you not to spam it, you will get muted, and I don't want that to happen. I want you to be involved. I want you to be able to connect with people in here. If you're muted, that's hard to do. If you would like to submit, go to my profile, click on the link, read through and follow the details. That way you can follow all the steps right there to get your song up on the board along with the other artists that we have in line right now. If you do want to check the line, orders, minimum, stuff like that, you can go to the red app or purple app, YT or T. If you go follow those steps, then you can see the line, order, and minimum over there. All right, let's get into it. Derek Bennett right here in the chat. This song is called World Gone Mad, featuring Emmy Smith and Dubby Got Bars. That's the lead female vocal, as well as the rapper that you're hearing there. This is still early kind of demo stages, so we're going to dive into the details here. We're gonna break down a couple different elements here. Let's get into it. I'm listening for your low end piano line. So this is I believe G sharp minor. Let's hear it. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that riff sounds familiar. Is that familiar to anyone? Which is not a bad. That's not a bad thing. It sounds familiar. I feel like there's like an 80s or 90s rock song that has that riff, or is my brain like making that up? Is that familiar to anyone else? I like it. It sounds cool, especially with this like low grand piano. It sounds really cool. But why is that sounding really familiar? Somebody out there, Damian Stone, welcome in. Eric, welcome in. Someone out there, let me know. All right, let's run it from the top. It is the Cozy Tiger.
Christ is my rock, got nothing to lose. Faith on fire, can be moved by the lies. I'm repping my shade. Till the day that I die, this world's going mad, but the kids coming back, stay.
Okay, so you have a little bit of a rock by here, right? You're kind of going. I think between each one, right? I think you're rocking back to the G sharp. One of the few things, and again, I think sonically, melodically, what you're actually doing there, I really enjoy it. I really, really like it. I like the whole movement right there. It's a little bit muddy because of where your pedal lifts are automated, where your pedal lifts are naturally. It feels a little bit muddy in the background right there. What I would probably recommend, the fifth is going to be clean, right? I can rock back and forth between the G sharp and the D sharp in this case, between those fifths right there, and it not get too muddy. It's when you rock to the minor third in this case, doing that over and over again, that's where you're getting a lot of that mud in the low end right there. You might want to automate a pedal lift going to in this case, it's a B, that's the third, the minor third right there. Or not go back to the G sharp. Like a little, a little bit less bleed, a little bit less mud. It's getting all of this kind of stepping on each other, and then it happening every single measure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Like it's happening twice every measure, actually. So because there's so much turnover to that melody and to that kind of, underline right there, that it gets a little bit muddy. So you can be strategic with obviously processing. I had the piano more choppy before, but I changed it. I do think I like D Black, welcome in. I appreciate you tapping in. I do think I like that it's more legato in this case, you know, a little bit more slurred right there. So it feels a little bit smoother. As opposed to kind of staccato in here where it's a little bit choppier and a little bit punchier. I like the idea of it being a little bit smoother, but we just have to be kind of fine-tuned with how you automate piano lifts or how you play in those piano lifts so that it doesn't sound, you know, too much. So like right there, I'm lifting my sustain pedal when it goes back to the B. So it cleans up the fifth every time that I do that. What's up, Daysik? Welcome in. Demila, welcome in as well. It cleans up the D sharp back to the B, in this case, the minor third. And I do think that helps a little bit. So what I would probably play with is I still want it to be legato. I still want it to be like slurred and connected right there between these different notes because I want the smoothness that you're getting out of that. I don't want it to be choppy. I don't want it to be, you know, too choppy and staccato. At the same time, I don't want it to be muddy. So you might want to just either, you know, let's say there's one of two options. One would be that you automate pedal lifts, right, at a very specific part of the song in order to, you know, give it a little bit of a lift and empty out some of those notes that are making it a little bit more muddy. That's like one option. The other would just be to write in those notes in MIDI exactly as long as you want them to be. So it would be more. It's not choppy and staccato. But since you're just writing in the notes exactly how long you want them, you can, instead of automating pedal lifts or rewriting pedal lifts, you could just like end the note where you want it to end and try to get it a little bit smoother that way. How do you feel about no sub bass in the first part of the verse? Let's dive into it. Vibin, I appreciate you tapping in. I appreciate you being here. Because between and I like the intro, right? Yeah, I just got on Daysik. This is our first song. We got the masters back now from the mix, and now we're trying to decide between the two. Ooh, let's go. Yeah. This is our first song, Daysik. You are right on time. Okay, let me back this up here just a second here. Scooby Dios, welcome in as well. Appreciate you tapping in. Let me back it up here a little bit. I do like the heaviness in the sub bass on the intro. That's really vibrant. That's heavy. That's really exciting. Like you're mentioning, you might want to empty it out. Like I said, this is the easy push and pull. We talk about this a lot. The easy push and pull of being able to like empty out some of your elements that are making it feel too full. That way you can create a little bit more dynamic range and you have more steps to work with as far as building and taking away your dynamics. What's up, Scooby? Welcome in. R3trac. Words go mad, but I'm standing on truth. Christ is my rock, got nothing to lose. Faith on fire, can be moved by the lies. I'm repping my shade. Till the day that I die, this world's go mad, but the kids coming back, stay ready. So I like that. And like, I'm almost, let me back it up a little bit. My shade. Till the day that I die, this world's go mad. I'm almost like curious, again, take this for what it is. It's just an idea. Hopefully get your wheels spinning a little bit. I'm almost curious if you start changing octaves a little bit more. Lucid, welcome in. Dontine, welcome in. I appreciate you being here. Jace, welcome in. We've talked about this a little bit before as well, so take this with a grain of salt. If your whole intro is here, right? It's a little bit muddy, whatever. When you start the verse, what if you even like jumped 2 octaves and you have the drums coming heavy and you... Right, build it up. And you jump up like a couple octaves there to empty out. So if you're because like right now you're pulling the sub away, but you still have a bunch of low end information from the piano, right? You still have a lot of information in there that's a bit muddy, which you still need to clarify either by automating your pedal lifts, automating the actual like releases of your MIDI when you're actually like building in those notes. Like you still need to do some editing to the structure of it in order to maintain a little bit more clarity and separation. But I also think it would be nice again to start shifting energy just a little bit as well. I changed the second verse too, so it didn't sound the same. Okay, let me dig into that here just a little bit too. Keeping secrets. Thank you for the follow. Jace, we don't do ratings here. These are super long form, like 20 to 30 minute consultations. So we can do a consultation right here on the live stream. That's what we do every single time we go live. Just go to my profile, click on the link, just read through and follow the details there. We'll spend about 20 to 30 minutes listening to your song or instrumental, whatever it is that you do, about 2 or 3 different times to really get into the details of it. Yeah, just like we're doing right here for this particular track by Derek Bennett. I would absolutely love to hear what you got. Okay. Let me get into this verse here, right? But the kids coming back, stay ready, stay focused, walking the path. Stay walking the path. not at all.
Thinking of self, politicians swing just for the wealth. Meanwhile, the earth's here crying for help. Christ is my rock, got nothing to lose, I got nothing.
Because there's so much, there's so much of that energy right there in the middle. I feel the voice. Now, obviously, this is unmixed. I'm going to keep that in mind as well, or largely unmixed, right? It's like a very early pre-mix, right? The vocals fighting for energy and space at the top of the mix right there, which can be clarified once you really get into the structure, once this is sent to engineering and stuff like that. But you don't want to make that job impossible, right? So I do think it could be helpful to try to get a little bit of that away from the vocal, because this all in a very similar like range and frequency profile to where that vocal is rapping, especially earlier in the verse. There's a lot of the energy right there in the middle of the mix. So you could probably do a couple things to help clarify that a little bit. One, obviously, by just completely taking out a lot of that mid and mid-low information from the piano during the verse, so that vocal can just sit right in the pocket. Strategic, like mid-side processing, strategic, EQ curves in order to make sure there's space for that vocal. The engineer, of course, will take on, for the most part. But what you don't want to do is crowd the middle of the mix. And then just send it to the engineer, be like, hey, figure it out. And then you're fighting different battles, right? Where you're doing something you want to do creatively, but on the other side, the engineer is like, I'm challenged right now in order to make sure that all of these different things actually fit in the structure of the mix. So you want to make sure that you can find a little bit of a sweet spot here. Okay, let me keep it moving. Let's go, Melissa. Just welcome in. Let's take a look. This opens up really nicely, though. I feel like, what's up, Sean? Welcome in. Rioza, welcome in as well. This opens up, I think, in a really, really nice way. You got a really, pure, clean, like sine sub underneath everything that feels really nice. Strings are really vibrant. Again, unmixed. This will all be balanced really well. But right now, it feels nice and vibrant. It's got a good energy to it. So I'm not too mad at like the sound design that I'm hearing here. I just obviously over the course of actually getting into the mix will want a little bit more separation and clarity for that lead vocal to really cut through. But what is happening here sound design wise, like production structure wise, I really like it. It's cinematic. It's got a little rock edge to it. I like it. I like it.
Deceiving the weak, living for the moment, the word we see. Don't get caught up in the lies they feed. Kingdoms falls, love remains, morning and night.
Emptying out that movement right there completely, right? I mean, just going to this like low G sharp minor. Thank you so much for the heart me, Miranda. I appreciate you a lot. Moving to this, opening up the G sharp right there. Is it Macy? Am I saying that correctly? Or I can't see it from this far. There's like the light right here is like a glare on the string. Is it AI Macy or Amy C the bet? Let me know, please. Correct. I'm butchering your name 4 times in different ways. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I would love to say your name correctly. Thank you so much. Miranda, thank you for the TikToks as well. SAS friend in the building. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing amazing today. All right. MC the best. Okay, that makes more sense. I'm trying to sit here for 45 minutes being like, what the hell am I, what am I saying? Thank you for tapping in. I really appreciate you being here. Okay. Let me keep running right here. But you hear the way that this opens up, just moving to the G sharp. I don't want to take that away completely, right? Like I still like these. I still like that energy there, but I do think you could get away, especially in your first verse, by. Right? Like you can split that up, be probably in this case like 2-3 octaves apart as far as your like piano range here, and give it a little bit more life, empty out the middle a little bit so it's not interrupting the vocal. That to me, when you empty out, that makes a huge difference. And then when you kind of push to the outside, especially going into the second verse, it clarifies quite a bit. I really like that. It offers so much more of a balance. It really opens up the structure of your mix. So I do think that it would be beneficial to find some strategic ways to shift melody there to a higher octave here, as opposed to here in the middle. Tulum, thank you for the follow. As opposed to it being really busy. Yeah, try it out, and then you could still empty out, right? You can still shift energy a little bit more going into the second verse. So first verse, if you're kind of right here in the first verse, second verse, you can still just go to the octave, let that open up for that vocal to really shine in the second part, and then you'll be ready to go from there. All right, let me keep it moving. If you're gonna be on for a bit, I gotta run home. So send. Hey, sounds good. Yeah, I'll be on for probably another 2 hours, maybe. We'll see, about 2 hours or so. Come on, play.
Praise his name, light in the darkness, breaking the chains. Christ the Redeemer, forever he reigns. Turn to the Savior's all you need. His word will favor, his word to blaze. Truth is shield, in his image you were made. The world's gone mad, it's falling apart. I'm holding on tight to his love in my heart. Christ is the answer. The
Yeah. I like that.
Keep on singing and praising his name every day.
And she has an amazing voice. I would highly recommend having some support for that vocal. Sounds good, Dave. We'll be here. I would highly recommend having some support for that vocal. She has an amazing voice. Her range is great. Her tone is really powerful. It's very warm. I love it. But it is lonely, and there might be layers there. The vocal's just lonely right there. It needs some doubles. It needs some accents. It needs some harmonies or something in order to allow it to compete with these incredibly vibrant strings and incredible structure that you have. But that vocal is very lonely in the middle of the mix. So what you're going to end up having to do is just like forcing it over the top of the mix by over compressing and over brightening and it just being too loud and creating too much of a carve in space to let it sit right there. I would love to just give her a little bit more support on that hook so you don't have to do that, right? There's just more energy for that vocal stack. You helped me fix this chorus a year ago. That's crazy. I can't believe this, man. Time flies, Jesus. Beautiful. Going to the E, love this. Yeah, Destra, the strings are beautiful. Amabi, thank you so much for hopping in. Kid Next Door, thank you for being here as well. I really appreciate it. Yaka's in the building. What's up, Yaka? Good to see you in here. I appreciate you tapping in. If anybody in here wants to submit your music, you definitely can. We're just rolling through the submissions that we have right now. If you would like to submit your music for a detailed long-form consultation on the structure of your music, go to my profile, click on the link, and then read through and follow all the steps there. We'll get you up on the board. If you want to check the line, which I would encourage you to do, you can find it on the red or purple app, YT or T. You can find that at my profile on the link as well. Come on. Yes. These are like 30-minute consultations. It's a long form, 20 to 30-minute multiple listen breakdown through your song. Really good dynamic range here. Again, same thing we've talked about many other different times. Just make sure that this dynamic range really matters. Okay, got you, Destro. I'll double check that here in a sec. Make sure that it really matters when you shift this dynamic range. So you still have a lot of energy right there. Obviously, don't mind having the sub and some of the strings in there, but you might want to find a way to shift this energy even more. I'm going to back it up just a second here. It might pause just because I have to play everything from the email for some reason. Like, I'm almost curious if you just, so like right now, you still have this kind of, there's still like all of this energy right here. I would almost prefer that you shift the energy even more and simplify a little bit of the production structure here. Still have the energy, still have the weight, still have a lot of that low end energy, but shift it more to just, as opposed to kind of having this, where you constantly have this like ringing, this energy and this stab that's kind of constantly cutting in and out of the mix. I almost wish that we would just rely on the weight of the strings, the heaviness of the sub bass, low, it's like a low tri, like a low third on the piano. It just feels heavy, but it feels a little bit more broad. There's a little bit more space. It doesn't feel like you're constantly filling in the rhythm. The big drums, I don't mind. I think it's like the piano and maybe some strings in there that make it feel too rhythmic. And I would love to like just open it up for a second here, as opposed to it feeling, again, too on the nose, too on the grid, too rigid. Because there's a lot of beautiful things that are happening here that I really enjoy. I would love for like a moment where everything kind of it cuts down a little bit. It opens up. It's a little smoother. Thank you for the rose. I appreciate that a lot. It opens up a little bit here and allows you some space from that rhythm. It really allows Emmy's vocal to just shine and really, really sing over the top without too many elements that are like distracting from that. And then we just, we can build it back up, and it'll matter even more when we build it back up.
Shining bright for all to see.
This is beautiful. I mean, I really like your automation movement right here, Derek. It's really, really tasteful. I mean, it's a nice little swell. Tomas, thank you so much for tapping in. I appreciate you being here. And actually, really quick, just through the website, I just got a submission from DG, initials DG. Just remind me really quick who that is so I can get you up on the board ready to go. I appreciate you tapping in so much. But yeah, I love this movement here at the end. To me, that sounds very, very nice. David G, I see you right there. Thank you so much for tapping in. Y'all show some love. Show some love, show some love. That is Derek Bennett, the family. Derek, we love and appreciate you, man. You're an incredible producer, composer, and writer. For those of you who don't know, Derek wrote and produced the whole track that you just heard right there. This is actually a track from about a year ago that he's reworking. He's got some fresh vocalists on there. No automation, just vocals. Oh, so the cello, that's just the way that it's formatted right there. It's beautiful, man. It's really, really nice. The release on that gives it a really, really nice ebb and flow, man. Van Woods, absolutely any genre, any level of preparedness or quality, it's going to be all the way across the board. So if you want to submit, we've had people send in voice memos. We've had Grammy-winning musicians and everything in between. There's absolutely no style or genre bias here. We're here to get into the music. We're here to dive into the details of it, regardless of what it is that you do and the quality at which you do it. So you can absolutely send in whatever you like. Please show some up to Derek Bennett. Van, thank you for the follow as well. London's in the building. What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome in. Some reverb on the, yeah, it sounds beautiful, man. It's really, really well done. Y'all, please show some love to the family. That is Derek Bennett. They're over on the Red app right now, but if you want to hop over to TikTok, then you can show them what's up over there. Everybody can go follow you as well, show you some support. All love from this end, Derek. We appreciate you, man. Let me get David G in the building. David, I appreciate you so much. I mean, yeah, this one's right there, man. This one's right there, Derek. It is really, really close. David G, let me get you up here. And let me just, and then Day, let me get you up here as well. So we got David G. David, I appreciate you so much, man. I appreciate you so much. Let me get you up here. Let me also get, let's see. Da, 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 da. Ba, ba, ba. Okay, David G, let me get Daysik. I got you. I appreciate you so much, Daysik. It's always a pleasure when we get a chance to listen to one of your songs as well. Let me get you up on the board. I appreciate you a lot. Let's see. Destra right there. Beautiful. All right, David G, R3trac, Destra, Daysik, Novazak, Bobby John B. Got you all up on the board. All up on the board, ready to go. I think I have everything updated. Let me just refresh really quick and just to make sure. And beautiful. All right, let's go. Y'all, please show some love. Show some love. Derek, love and appreciate you, man. We're going to keep the music moving. We got David Garcia in the building. You have to pay 10. Yes, this is a paid service. This is not a free review and a $5 skip or something like that. These are 20 to 30-minute long form, multiple listens, like 2 to 3 different times through your track. Long form, 30-minute consultations on the structure of your music. We're going to dive into the mix, production elements, sound design, lyric and song structure. We're going to spend that 20 to 30 minutes going through your song 2 to 3 different times to really get into the details of your mix, production elements, sound design, lyric and song structure, formatting, stuff like that, to offer you some actionable and specific feedback. It is not a quick review. There is no trash or pass. There's no ratings. There's no pulls. This is a really detailed breakdown of the structure of your music. And if that's interesting to you, feel free to just hang out. There's no pressure. Hang out on the chat, see what we're all about, experience the community, see if it's something that would be valuable to you. And then if it is, feel free to jump on the board. You can find the details for that by going to my profile, clicking on the link, and then just read through and follow all the details there. The line is on the other platforms that we're live on, the Red and Purple app, if you can use your imagination. That's where you can see the line, order, and minimum, so on and so on. Okay, let me see really quick. It's going to be 30. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Okay, did you send 2? Let me double check really quick. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. So there's, okay, wait, I did see that one. Billy, let's see. There's David. There's Billy again. Okay, wait, hold on. Yeah. Sorry, I missed that first one. And then there's Billy again. So yeah, you got your shit. Okay, I got you. I only got notified of the first one, and then it tucked it into the rest of the emails right there on the website. So I got you. Let me get, and then that's for Destra. Beautiful. Okay, just making sure I'm going to the right names in here because I get confused between all the different names. Destra, got you. All right, so Destra, David, R3trac, Dasik, Nova, Zach, Bobby, John B, Gutter, Pixie, Bemmy, Leo, I got you on the board, ready to go. What music app you're playing the songs on? Whatever y'all send. I'll listen to your Wave, your MP3. I'll listen to your Drive file, your Dropbox, your WeTransfer, your SoundCloud, your YouTube, your Spotify, whatever you send me, I will play if I have access to it. There's no limitation there. I want to make sure that y'all are sending whatever version of your music you want me to hear. And hopefully my computer storage has the capacity to download it. I've got like 4 terabytes of stuff I need to figure out over here. It's ridiculous. Absolutely all genres of music, all levels of preparedness and quality. If y'all do want to submit your music, go to my profile, click on the link, and then just read through it and follow all the details. If you want to check the line is over on the other platforms that we're live on, the Red and Purple app. You can also find those at my profile and the link as well. Let's get into some more music. We've got Destra in the building. I've got you right here. This is called You're Sorry. Destra Bill, give me all of the details. Let's dive in. Ramo, yeah, if you want to submit, go to my profile. Jesus, go to my profile, click on the link, and then read through all the details. It's a vibe. Okay, this one did download. I don't know why the other one didn't. Computer's being a little finicky. It's probably because I need to update something. It's always how it is. I never want to update because then none of my plugins are compatible. It's a nightmare. Which is why I don't want to use plugins anymore. I'm actively working to stop plugins. I hate plugins. It's a sadder one than last time. All right, y'all, this is Destra Bill right here in the chat. If you like what you hear, please follow them. Please show them some love and support. Let's get into it. This is You're Sorry by Destra Bill. Have I heard this one before, or is this a different one? This one's fresh. It's not an updated mix, right? It's a fresh record. Let's get into it, man. This is You're Sorry by Destra. And Destra, remind everybody, it's fresh, baby. Let's go. Remind myself, obviously, I've heard some of your music before. People's situation changes. Ezra, thank you for the roses. I just saw the pop-up right now. Ezra, thank you for the 38 roses. I appreciate you so much, Ezra. That means a lot. Remind myself and everybody else here in the chat what you do, the role that you play in your music as far as producing, as far as mixing, stuff like that. Xenia, thank you for tapping in as well. I really appreciate you being here. Stars, welcome in. Della, welcome in. I appreciate y'all being here. If y'all want to submit, go to my profile, click on the link, just read through and follow the details. All right, this is You're Sorry by Destra Bill. Only do vocals and mix them by yourself. Let me know where you got the production then. Is this a YouTube beat, B Stars, Lease? Remind me real quick. It should. There we go. It's playing.
Hey, it's me. I miss you.
Eric, thank you for the follow. Stars, thank you for the heartbeat. You're good. There's nothing wrong with that. It just, again, it's like anything. It just has its limitations. There's nothing, I don't want you to feel like I'm not a snob, right? And I hope most people who actually care about music. Eric, thank you for the confetti. I appreciate you a lot. Thank you for your generosity. It just has its limitations. It's just practical, right? It's just practical limitations. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Now, I think there's some benefits to having more ownership over your music, over the structure of it, the instrumental choices and stuff like that. But it's not a shame thing. Not at all. All right, let's run it. Let me know if you do have the track outs or if you're just mixing off the 2-track. Eric, if you want to submit, go to my profile, click on the link, and then read through it and follow all of the details. If you want to check the line, it's on the other platforms that we're live on. You can find those at my link as well. Oh, this is already a distribution. Okay, got you. That being said, Adestra, really quick, since this is already, it's coming out this Friday, it's in distribution, ready to go. I'm going to comment on the things that I hear within the structure of the song, but don't take it as like you have to fix this song now or anything like that. Take it with a grain of salt and try to apply it towards your next record. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be like, oh, now I've got this vocal thing and I'm frustrated, I need to fix it. Or if that even happens, that might not happen at all. But if that does happen, I don't want you to feel like you need to make major corrections to what you have. It's already in distribution. Just take it, into your next record. So you have, just an extra tool in order to just, improve on the structure of the next one. Sorry, no more pauses. I'm going to back it up a little bit. Beautiful. I love it, Destra. Let me back it up. Let's dive in. No more distractions. You've got good range. Hey, Fo, welcome in. Ali, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Are you mixing off the 2-track or multi-track? All details to submit are on my profile if you click on the link. Remind me really quick what mic you're using, Destra. I like this production too. It's chill. Y'all, show some love, show some love, show some love. That is the family right here. Destra Bill in the building with You're Sorry. He wrote and recorded his vocals and mixed it. Rode NT1 5th Gen. Okay, beautiful. Last Bastion, if you would like to submit, go to my profile, click on the link, and then read through and follow all the details right there. We'll get you up on the board in line with everybody else. Let me just I think I got this updated. Yes, I did. Beautiful. So David's where he needs to be. Okay, perfect. Go to my profile, click on the link, just read through and follow the details there. If y'all want to check the line order and minimum so you can kind of see where you're at, see where you would be in line if you submitted right now, or if you want to move faster and move yourself, you can. No pressure. But all of that is at my profile. You can find those on the other platforms that we're live on as well. This is You're Sorry by Destra Bill. Let's dive into it. Mainly want to talk about vocal production and vocal structure. So again, take some of these details into your next record. This one is in distribution. It's ready to go. I want to talk about compression loosely. I want to talk about de-essing loosely. And then a little bit of like full on like a vocal structure and positioning and stuff like that. So let's lean into it a little bit so that every single record that you're putting out has just a bit of improvement, a bit more polish, because I think you have some good structure. The way that you format your vocals, I feel like is really catchy. It can be pretty easy to listen to as long as there's not elements within your vocal production that don't feel harsh and abrasive to listen to, right? So one of my main goals with your vocals, not to change what you're doing stylistically largely, but more so to make sure there's no distractions to the structure of what you're doing, right? Like if there's harshness, there's, sibilance, there's, unbeneficial resonances that are kind of slicing through the mix, or over compression that's making your vocal feel really like poppy and really slicey. Then I want to correct some of those things so that your vocal just feels like warm and easy and natural to listen to, even if it's really auto-tuned, even if it's got 4 compressors on it. You know what I mean? I want a little bit more transparency to the way that it's processed. That way, the first thing that I'm not hearing isn't sibilance. It's not harshness. It's not compression happening or auto-tune happening. It's your voice, it's your message, and it's just supported by those tools. It's just supported by whatever effects you want to use to make the stylistic decisions that you're making. Okay, Let's dive into it. Destra, let's run it from the top. Rode NT1A. Okay, so it is a bright microphone. It's not crazy, but it is a fairly bright microphone. So we can dive into a couple things. One of the things that you're dealing with that I can tell you're just overcoming right now is dealing with, brightness in the vocal, harsh sibilants and stuff like that. So I would encourage you, step one, maybe we talked about this a little bit too, but step one, make sure that the way that you're tracking is as beneficial as possible, that you're mitigating issues with plosives and sibilants and stuff like that as much as you can before it ever hits the DAW, right? And that starts with your proximity to the microphone, your diffusion the diffusion of that energy to the microphone, the angle of the microphone, pop filter, stuff like that. All of that starts right here, right? Your first step in the analog chain is your voice to the microphone. So do everything that you can in your power to make sure that this part of the process is as clean and clear and it has as little issues as possible. That way you're not spending the next 6 plugins just correcting things. It could just be you stepping back by 3 inches, angling the microphone 10 degrees down and having a slightly different proximity to the microphone, which would fix like the next 2 EQs and de-essers that you have in there, right? So little things like that. So we'll dive into a couple details, but I think a lot of this you can fix just by your process and then small changes to the way that you process. All right, let's run it from the top. This is You're Sorry by Destra Bill. I like what you're doing though. The vibe of this is really cool, and I feel like it's a really popular sound right now. It would be cool for you to lean even deeper into like the '90s shoegaze style stuff, like over reverberated, dark filtered, fuzzy, distorted, stuff. I could really hear you doing well in that style, especially if your vocal is a little bit, like I said, a little bit more transparent, a little bit more natural. Anyways, let's get into it.
Hey, it's me. I miss you.
Shoegaze. Look it up. Just find a shoegaze playlist. Find a shoegaze playlist on YouTube or Spotify or something like that, and dive in. You're gonna love it. You're gonna if you're making this already and you haven't heard any like real good like shoegaze stuff, dive in. Just go down the rabbit hole. Don't give yourself any bumpers. Don't give yourself an artist to look at. Just go through and you'll find some just like dark, moody, ethereal, like loose stuff that I think you're gonna like a lot. You're gonna like it a lot. Stalker, thank you for tapping in. If you do want to submit, go to my profile, click on the link, and just read through and follow the steps right there. Omega, welcome in as well. I appreciate y'all joining. Thank y'all for joining the stream today. Thank you for the follow. So right here, I'm just really hearing that bright curve at the top end of your vocal. I'm assuming based on some of the things that I'm hearing. For one, there's a lot of compression, right? You have a really, really tight, slower compressor that's like snapping that vocal back, right? That initial transience is coming through, and then it's yanking that vocal back by 8 dB of reduction or something like that. So you hear the pumping of the vocal. You hear like the vocal start and then told to sit down really, really harshly. You can really hear that compression kicking in, especially on your initial phrases, right? So maybe a slower release, but it's attacking fairly quickly, and your reduction's really, really strong to where you're hearing that compression pump quite a bit, as opposed to it like controlling the vocal, smoothing out the vocal, giving it some drive and some punch. I'm hearing the compressor doing compressing, and I would love it for it to be a little bit more transparent. One is like you could probably slow down your attack lightly, right? Let's say you have like an initial, probably, I'm assuming you have at least like 2 or 3, based on what I'm hearing, you probably have 2+ compressors on there. Let's say maybe at least 2. On that first one that you're using to kind of grab, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, I could be hearing some other stuff, but the one that you're doing some initial grabbing of that vocal on, slow it down just a little bit so that vocal cuts in a little bit more naturally. It'll still control it. It'll still feel tight. It'll still feel controlled, but I actually want to slow it down so it doesn't feel too like slight, where I'm like hearing the vocal cut in and it's really sharp and it's really tight. I would love to like smooth it out a little bit, right? Slow down your attack just a little bit, let the vocal come in naturally, and then pull it back by 5-6 dB if you want a really tight compression, right? And you could have multiple stages of this, but pull it back. Eric, I'll double check here in a second. I appreciate you so much. Just relax it a little bit, right? Maybe slow down the attack, lift the threshold by just a couple dB. So you're getting, let's say, instead of 7-8 dB of reduction, maybe you're getting 5 dB, 5-6 dB of reduction, just loosening it, softening it a little bit, and then regain stage going into the next, if you have multiple compressors going into the next one. Because that's part of what's making your vocal feel so sharp, right? Is this slicey? It's really cutting in. Part of that's compression. Of course, the other side of that is your EQ curves, de-essing because you have a pretty bright microphone, stuff like that. Other side to that, just really quick. The other side to that would then be your EQ. Right now, you have a really high push. 10K, you're up a solid number. I'm assuming, let's say 5-6 dB, if not maybe a little bit more. A really high curve at the top end of your vocal. Again, there's nothing wrong with tight compression over a couple stages. There's nothing at all wrong with really bright, airy vocal. But when it goes to the extreme a little bit too far, it disconnects it from especially a more natural production. And this production here, I mean, it's like a picked P bass. It's like acoustic drums, even sampled, but acoustic drums, electric guitars with chorus. You have some like 60s, 70s sound design in here too, which to me, it sounds very like natural and pretty organic, even though some of it's sequenced, right? It sounds pretty natural and organic. And then a highly, 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 slightly over processed vocal, which again, nothing wrong with like the goal of having a little bit of a tighter structure there, but I would like to soften it a little bit, right? So the compression we talked about, soften some of that high push on your vocal so it's not nearly as bright and slicey. And then on the de-essing side, I would lower your threshold, but you might need to fine tune the frequency that you're targeting a little bit so that if you're at 5,500 hertz and it's not quite grabbing, the frequency that is giving you issue for your sibilants, right? The S's, T's, sometimes C's and K's and stuff like that. Tried making it sound like a live performance. Okay, so if that's your goal, then that we definitely need to soften a little bit, right? Because you do have a good voice. You have, good projection, good, energy and emoting with your vocal. But I do think the over processing is pulling me out of it a little bit. So if you want it to sound a little bit more live, a little bit more natural, maybe still tuned to compressed, right? But a little bit more what I would call transparent, then soften a lot of this, right? A little bit of a slower attack, a little bit of a higher threshold, soften the high end just a little bit as well, reintroduce a little bit more warmth in the low mids, especially like 200 to 600 hertz, so you're not pulling out and thinning out the vocal too much. Just kind of soften the more exaggerated processes that you have on there, and I can promise you it's going to sound so much more transparent and natural. And again, not pushing the high frequency curve, that high shelf on your vocal too far at 10K, 12K, soften that to just a few dB. So you open up the top end of that microphone, but you're not forcing high end frequency in the mix. And if that's also between your compression, your EQ, and just a bright microphone, you've got an NT1, that's a bright microphone. And it can be, depending on the environment, depending on the voice, can be a little bit more sibilant forward. So if you're having some issues with that, and you're adding a de-esser, just fine-tune your frequency, right? Fine-tune. If you're at like 5,500 hertz, try like 4,700, 4,500, maybe a little bit higher. Fine-tune where that frequency is grabbing, and then lower that threshold just a little bit more so that you can stay with your natural phrasing. I don't want you to get a lisp because of it. I still want natural phrasing from your vocal. I just want a little bit more control from those kind of slicey, pointed frequencies that are really cutting into the mix. Sigrats, welcome in. I submitted, but I am done. I didn't see a spot to put my track. It's the email at the top. So go to the same place, Sigrats, that you submitted. And there's a link, an email there at the top that you can copy over and send to it. And I'll double check everything here in just a couple minutes here. Once I get through this submission, I think there's another 2 people I need to get up on the board. Eric and Sigrats. Yeah. Double check the email right there, copy it over, and you'll be good to go. Would you happen to give production lessons? I don't do like lessons specifically, but what I do offline consultations. In fact, these consultations that we do here on the live stream are just shorter versions of the long ones that I do all the time offline, right? So if you want to book just like long form one where you can talk about whatever you want to do. Some people send me an email to just go through and we dive into that. Or I'm sorry, not an email. They send me an album to go into. We spend 2 hours breaking down a whole album, working on structure and organizing things, listening to the mix, talking through songwriting structure. But if you're wanting to learn production, you're wanting to kind of get into how to build structure for production, then we would just focus that consultation like that. So you could book an hour, you could book 2 hours or however long you want to. A couple weeks ago, I did like 4 days in a row with an artist where we did songwriting. So 4 days in a row, we spent like 3 or 4 hours a day just digging into songwriting structure, some production details, so he could go to his session musicians in Nashville and to his producer in Nashville and his engineer to get some notes and polish a couple things. So yeah, so I don't like have structured lessons that I do as far as like teaching production, but if you would like to learn more production, then we could just focus on that in an offline consultation where we can hop on like a Zoom call or a Discord call or something like that, where we can talk face to face a little bit easier. We can share screens and stuff like that, and really start to improve on the structure of what you're doing without it feeling too overwhelming, right? Sometimes you come in here and we're talking to someone about like really deep things and you're like, it doesn't really make sense to me yet, but I want it to. And you're starting like baseline, then of course we can always build from there. Yeah, absolutely. If anyone's ever interested in that, I love doing stuff like that. It's really fun. It's just more personable too, because you can talk back. You're not limited like 120 characters in a chat. That is also nice. We can actually communicate a little bit easier and get a little bit more done. So that is also, beneficial. But yeah, feel free to shoot me a DM on whatever platform. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. All right, let's get a little bit deeper into the structure here. Hopefully that's helpful already. Destra. I just want you to soften a little bit of what you're doing. Soften it a little bit. And also foundationally, really quick, like I said before, all of this starts with your initial performance. Your source is the first stage of your analog chain, right? So if you, in this case, you do, and I have some bright microphones. I have a TLM 102 that I've had for years and years and years. I don't really love that microphone because it is so brittle and bright, and it can be really bad with sibilance if that's a pretty natural, kind of aggression in the signal. The TLM 102 is brutal with stuff like that. Same with the 103. So I don't use it a whole lot for that reason, unless I'm using it on like specific instruments and stuff like that. But you have a pretty bright microphone too. The roads are fairly bright. So with that, I would just make sure that your proximity is good. You might want to back off the mic another 2-3 inches or so. You might want to pull off the what am I talking about? Pull off the pop filter. Pull off the pop filter by another couple inches as well. So there's a little bit more space for diffusion. You can play around with a couple different things. I would maybe angle, like you can see in my, well, I don't know if it's cutting through on here or not. It's hard to see if it's on screen, but even like my microphone here, I typically have it angled. If I'm tracking, maybe even a little bit more than this. I have the microphone angled like 10-15 degrees like this. So there's not nearly as much like direct wind energy on the microphone through sibilance, plosives, stuff like that. Those like heavier consonants with a lot more energy behind them, a lot more wind behind them. I try to make sure that I'm mitigating that as much as possible, right? So before I've even hit my first like steps in analog gear, before I've even like touched like getting into de-essing and EQ and compression and stuff like that, I'm already doing everything that I have in my power to make sure that my source signal is taking care of as many of those issues as possible, so that I'm not like doing major curves once I get into the DAW. Okay, let's keep going a little bit deeper here. Those things right there, Destra, I think will help a lot with the structure of what you're doing. Say that you're sorry that I can forget. That little pocket, right? The say that you're sorry, when you have a lot of the S's, especially within a smaller time frame of your phrasing and stuff like that. That's where you're gonna wanna like hone in a little bit. And again, you can also do some stuff within your like lyricism to try to separate like where you're gonna have like 6 words that are right next to each other with a whole bunch of like S's and T's and K's and stuff like that. But even in this case, like say that you're sorry, that's a normal line. I think that's good phrasing, but you're going to want to target some of that sibilance so that it's not cutting through with a bunch of harshness. The doubles are way better. So your positioning is way better. In this case, they're almost a little, your vocal's cutting a little bit. Your lead vocal's a little slicey, right? Just because like we talked about, it's a little bit overbrightened, a little overcompressed, a little too much sibilance. So when we're talking about like your lead vocal's really cutting through, and again, not specifically a negative thing, but I think it leaves your backgrounds in the dust a little bit. You could probably bring those forward a little bit too. And keep this in mind too. Your background vocals are there depending on the song, right? But they're there for like other information. Like, if you're wanting stereo information, chordal information, I want a third harmony, a fifth harmony, some other melodies, right? They're there for like additional melodic and stereo information. So you don't have to have like really heavy, like natural sibilant phrasing and stuff like that. You can like over DS those background vocals a little bit and like carve a little bit of space on those so that they're only doing what you want them to do. Like sometimes I'll like completely cut out S's in the background, depending on the structure of the song. What's up, Chase? Depending on the structure of the song. Sometimes if I have a stack of vocals and I'm having a hard time kind of fitting all of the start and end times to the phrases and like vocal line, isn't doing what I want it to do, then I might need to just soften it a little bit and like pull back on some of the frequencies that are bothering me in the mix so that they're not cutting in too much. Dude, I love it, Destra. Seriously, huge improvement. Positioning is way better. They feel wider. They feel open. In fact, if anything, you could probably carve them a little bit and push them forward by, let's say, like a dB.5, 2 dB, so you feel them in the mix just a little bit more. All right, let me skip forward a little bit. Let's get forward. Let's get into these next couple tracks here. Let's get into the solo here for just a second. And once again, I know that this is already in distribution, so I'm not gonna touch that part of it too much. All of this is just take it forward. I would also, I'm going to say this loosely just based on the structure that we have here, right? This is in D major. Okay, that's your main progression and melody right there. I would love right now the whole song outside of falsetto ad libs are. Do that. It's all kind of up there, right? In this range right there. That over time, now, this is all compounded, right? So you have a high vocal and a very specific register and range that is a little bit harsh. It is a little bit forward. It is a little bit overcompressed. You take away half of those details right there and polish it a little bit, it won't feel nearly as grating as what I'm talking about. But I do think it would be nice to shift register for a second and relax the energy of that vocal for a moment, right? If most of the song is it's all up there, right? Having that range. It would be nice to like pull back into this like third verse that you have right here and just you know what I mean? Like some range and your actual like register of vocal, the octaves that you're actually singing in would give you just a little bit more dynamic range. It would give you a little bit more like a few more interesting moments in the song that don't feel like we're here the whole time, right? Like once you start, you're like your first verse is here, right?
I miss you.
These are ad-libs. Right? Verse. You were there, right? Like that's like from the starting ad-libs to that first verse, getting into your hook outside of falsettos and like ad-libs, we're there. It would be nice. It would be like relieving to have a little bit more register range, not just dynamic range, but like register range where you sing lower, you know, quite a bit like an octave, at least an octave lower, right? Where you relax that vocal a little bit, pull back on some of the production. And then when you open it back up to another hook that's really high and bright and open again, it like means more. It's a little bit more impactful. It's a little bit more energetic when that happens. Right now, I would love to hear some restraint so that matters a little bit more. Y'all show some love to Destra, man. Show some love, show some love, show some love. We absolutely love Destra. Destra, you're amazing. You're very, very talented. I like your writing, and you do have a great vocal range. You really, really do. So that's what part of what I'm saying is like I want to hear more of that, right? So you have a good voice, some good writing, some good structure. It is catchy and repetitive. In that process, it's being disguised by a little bit of overprocessing. So if you can relax, like raised thresholds, softened EQ curves, I think we can bring that vocal to life a little bit and it not feel so like suppressed in the mix and not so like restrained in the mix. It'll sound a little bit more natural. Like you said, you want more of a live recording vibe. You can still do that, you know, I can still be auto-tuned. People auto-tune live. So like you can still have some of the processing that you're looking for stylistically while relaxing the processing on your vocal a little bit more. But you're talented. I really like what you do. Y'all show some love to the family. That's Destra Bill right here in the chat. I need everybody to go show some love and support. Go follow, go boost their algorithm, all that good stuff. All right, let me dive in a few things. Okay, so I believe, looking for a few things here. So let me just double check a few. Let me go here. Eric, I got you. Dropping this Friday. Y'all go check it out. I see y'all over on TikTok. Y'all go check it out. This song is dropping on Friday. Drop the name and the artist and everything in the chat. Put yourself on, Destra. Put yourself on. Everybody can go show you some love and support. Okay, Eric, I got you. Let me get you up on the board. I appreciate you so much, Eric. I appreciate you hopping in and just diving into the deep end. I appreciate that. Let me get you up there. I got you with yours. Boom, you're on the board. Let me get you in the right spot real quick. I mean, it's catchy as hell. I mean, that's like annoyingly catchy. Eric, boom, you're on the board. And then, let me see. I think it's Sick Rat. Sick Rat, it's time. JP, welcome into the stream. If you're on TikTok, keep tapping the screen like crazy. Share out the live with a few people you think would be interested in the format of what we do here with these consultations. And also don't forget to send your heart me for the day. It really does help out the stream so we can reach some of our goals on here as well. I'd really appreciate it. I got you, Sig. Yeah, I got you. I got you pulled up right here. So let me get that. I'm just connecting it to the right names here. It's Destra. It's annoying. It's crazy. It's crazy. Eric, it's on the Red app, YT. We're live on 3 different platforms right now. One of the other platforms that we're on has a red logo. The initials are YT. If you go to that platform, you'll see the line, the order, and the minimum. It's always up there. So if you want to stop by over there, you'll see exactly where you are in the line right now. Okay, let me get Sick on there. Give me 1 sec. I haven't heard Sick Rats in a minute. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. All right, let me see where I'm at as far as 1, 2, 3. It's ridiculous, Destra. That's what I'm saying. You gotta get those things under control because the songs themselves are frustratingly catchy. Okay, let me get these. I actually think Zach, hold on. Let me get these in the right order. I think Zach can come down here. Zach's not, is Zach in here? Let me know if Zach's in here really quick. I'm going to check my emails really quick. Let me see if Zach's in here. David, R3trac, Eric. Boom, Derek, Billy, boom. I don't think Zach's in here. So I'm going to go ahead and, that we can clear this a little bit. I'm gonna move them down here real fast. Yeah, crazy, Destra. Crazy. Okay, David G, Sick Rats, R3trac, Daysick, Nova Zach, Eric. Actually, Eric needs to come up. So Eric's right here. Boom. Eric, Daysick, Nova Zach, Bobby John. Okay, I think I'm caught up. I think I'm good. Okay, let's get into it. We got David in the building. David G. This is Great As You. This is Great As You by David G. David G, have I heard you before? Let me know. I know like 4 David Gs. They just have different names. Let me know if I've heard you before. If I have not heard you before, welcome to the family, man. I'm so glad that you're here. But let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Give me all of the details. Give me all of the details. Talk to me about production. Talk to me about mix. Talk to me about the role that you play. Been a while ago, probably almost a year. Okay, I was gonna say like the name's super familiar, but I also know like 3 people with that same initial. So I was like, this sounds super familiar. Talk to me about like the exact role, and this also changes, right? Some people were leasing BeatStars beats and downloading MP3s from YouTube, and then they're working with producers, or vice versa. They were working with producers and musicians. Now they're producing for themselves. They were going to a studio. Now they're self-engineering. Give me some details on the exact role that you play and the sounds that we're about to hear. But this is Great As You by David G. Let's dive in, man. It's been a year. Welcome back, man. I'm so glad you're here. All right, let's get into it, man.
The vibes of my heart feel you. I find it that you are so true. It's just the way you're passionate. I love it when you say my name. Bless your heart. There's nothing that you need that's fine. Don't
nice.
just see you're powerful and so full of God's love and grace. Baby, there's no one else yet like I can't find. No one as great as you.
Okay.
Yeah, waiting for me. Baby, you silence the war in my mind.
Okay, nice.
I can't find no one as great as you. You're amazing to me.
Nice vibrato.
You remind me of me. There's a fire burning deep. You're so divine that the angels may cry. And I know you got greatness in you. Baby, there's no one else yet like I can't find. No one as great as you.
I love your harmonies, man.
Yeah, waiting for me. Baby, you silence the war in my mind. I can't find no one as great as you. You're
have the multi-track, or are you just doing this off the 2-track?
And I want you. Baby, there's no one else, yeah.
Nice, man.
I can't find no one as great as you. You're amazing to me. Baby, you saw
What's up, Jenna? Welcome in.
my mind.
Nice.
I can't find love waiting for me.
I'm glad you have the stems. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, y'all. Give it up one time for the family. That is David G. Welcome back, man. After a year or so, I'm so glad you're here, man. I love your voice. I love your vibe. I like the aesthetic. Yeah, if it's ever glitching, it's just going to be an issue with TikTok. Swipe out, swipe back in, close the app, come back in. You'll be ready to go. Make sure y'all are tapping the screen, though. Tap the screen. Share out the live with a few people. David G, let's dive into it. We're going to talk a little bit about vocal and production mix. That, to me, is the main thing I want to get into because I think a lot of your structure is really good. There's some performance things we can talk about, but I really want to dig into like vocal mix and a little bit on the production mix. We can make sure that this is as clean and clear and smooth as possible because you got a ton of potential, man. Ton of potential. So, y'all, please show some love to David G. Give it up, give it up. This is Great As You. I said it's going to be coming out soon, so let's put a bow on it, man. Let's dive into it. And then once again, I haven't been, I've been talking to, we've been trying to pump through some songs. Manifesta's in the building. What's it, Manifesta? So good to see you. I'm doing pretty good, man. I've been staying busy, working like crazy. I appreciate you tapping in. I see you over on the Purple app. I'm doing good, Jenna. I'm doing good. If anybody wants to submit, what we're doing here are 20 to 30 minute consultations. So if you want to dig into a consultation, you would like to spend 20 to 30 minutes diving into the details of your track over 2 to 3 different listens to really get into the details and the structure of what you're doing. Then go to my profile, click on the link, read through and follow the details. We'll get you up on the line ready to go. The line is live on the other platforms that we're live on right now. The Red and Purple app, you can find it over there. All of that's at my link as well. If you're on the Purple app, type ! Submit in the chat. If you're on the Red app, just go to the description for the live stream. All right, let's run it from the top. David G, let's get it. I like the sound of that, Manifesta. Let's go. Love the early early introduction of your vocal right there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Absolutely love that. It immediately tells me that someone is there and I should probably stick around and listen for a little bit.
The vibe is of my heart failure. I find it that you are so true. It's just the way you're passionate. I love it when you say my name. Bless your heart. There's nothing that you need that's fire. Don't you see?
I love that. I love
nothing that you need that's fire.
That little run right there, little 4-note run right there. That's nice. That's clean. That's smooth. You locked that in. That was beautiful. Very, very nicely done. Okay, the one thing that I'm kind of listening for right here, right, just in this particular pocket of the song. Again, amazing voice. I love what you're doing. You have a great range as well. I hear some of the lower notes that you're hitting, especially later on in the song. Starting off with a really strong range as well. The only thing that I'm kind of picking up on here is it's immediately very noisy, where there's a lot of information, where you really only have an acoustic guitar and your vocal and a few ad-libs. There's really nothing else going on, yet it feels very reverberated, very echoey. There's a lot of ambiance and stuff like that. And it ends up sounding a little bit like hissy and a little bit noisy at the top right there. And I would love to soften some of that and bring it back under control and just like hear your voice cut through the mix. Like right now it's drowning in reverb and there's just so much wash and there's so much reflection that I feel like my brain is kind of trying to hear ad-libs, is trying to hear this like kind of echo and this reflection over here instead of just listening to your vocal, which is amazing. Obviously I don't mind having a big reverb on there and a good amount of reflection and stuff like that. Just not to the point where it's like taking away from the clarity and the separation of your vocal. And I think between your backgrounds, the acoustic and your lead, we're drowning in a little bit of that ambiance. And I would love to open that up just a little bit. If that's on an aux on a separate, you just bring it down a couple dB, right? If it's on another fader, bring it down by a couple dB, maybe EQ that reverb as well. Like if you do have your reverb on another aux, it could be nice to just carve out some of that low end mud a little bit, maybe filter down that reverb for a bit and just very slightly dry up that lead vocal so it just cuts and it punches and it feels really clean and really clear. So when you do those runs, we feel them and we really understand them and can distinguish them in the mix. That those little runs, the 4-note runs that you have in there, they're really, really well done. They get a little bit lost in all of the extra noise and kind of busyness there. So I would love to clarify just a little bit, because you have a great voice.
You're passionate. I love it when you say my name.
And those layers are beautiful too. But like I hear the just say my name. Those extra what's up, Matthew? Welcome in. Those extra vocals come in, those layers and those harmonies. Gorgeous. Dude, they're beautiful. I love them so much. But they also get just kind of washed away in the reverb right there. So I would love to just clarify that a little bit more control over your ambiance and some of your reverbs and delays. Maybe even relying a little bit more on like filtered delays than huge reverbs to create some space. Like even just like a really light, like dotted 8th note ping pong delay in the background that's filtered down a whole bunch. Ace delay is great for this. There's plenty of other plugins that you can do this with, obviously, and maybe pull back on the reverb just a little bit and be a little bit more intentional with those backgrounds. Because again, great vocal structure, really, really good things going on. But I want to hear a little bit better clarity from that lead vocal.
Your heart, there's nothing that you need that's fire.
I actually really like the compression on your vocal, though. I actually like it. To me, it feels really smooth. You got a good amount of saturation there. Wavy vibes. Welcome into the stream. It feels pretty transparent. It's still pretty tightly controlled, but it's not really popping out at me. I like that a lot.
Don't you see you're powerful and so full of God's love and grace? Baby, there's no one else yet I can't find.
Yeah, layers are beautiful. Layers are doing exactly what they're supposed to do.
No one as great as you. Yeah, waiting for me. Baby, you silence the war in my mind. I can't find no one as great as you. You're amazing to me. You remind me of me. There's a fire burning deep. You're so divine that the angels may cry. And I know you got greatness in you. Baby, there's no one else yet I can't find. No one as great as you.
Yeah, I mean, very good vocal structure. That melody is very, very catchy, man. David, very, very catchy. I mean, you've got that melody on lock. It's very, very well formatted, very well structured. Okay, really quick again, mix on the Gotcha Manifest. I'll double check here in a minute, man. Appreciate you so much. Between the mix of your vocals versus the mix of the production. I would create it right now. What it sounds like to me is you're needing to kind of force your vocal over the top of the mix by having a little bit more mid forward, just quite a bit just louder than the production in order to make room for it. I would love to just carve a little bit of space on like your instrument bus, right? Like have an instrument bus, have like something before you hit your final mix bus where you can do some processing to allow that vocal to fit over the top of it. I'd prefer using like mid side for this, but if you're not in the mid side space right now, it's something I would look into. But if you do understand it, I can talk you through some details right there that are really, really easy to get this beat to wrap around your vocal and really hug around the vocal, as opposed to the beat being here and the only way to get your vocal on top is just to force it over the top, right? Over brighten it, over push the mids, over compress it, or just turn it up much, much, much louder than everything else. The simplest way would just send all of your instrumentation, drums, guitar, synths, layers, everything. Send all of the instrumentation outside of your vocals to a bus, and on that bus, where most of the fundamental frequencies of that lead vocal lie in that center channel, usually between like 600 and 1000 hertz, 600 and 1200 hertz, create a really, really soft curve, just a soft bell curve right between that swing of 600 to 1200 hertz, and lower it about 2 to 3 dB so that lead vocal can sit right there in the middle of the mix, and the rest of the instrumentation feels pretty vibrant. Now, mid-side is great because you could do this just in the middle channel where that lead vocal is and reintroduce it to the outside. So in mid-side, what I would do is choose the middle channel carve that space out for the vocal, and it's only going to happen in the mono middle channel. And then you can reintroduce the vocals that you're taking away. You can reintroduce them into strictly the outside, the side channels of your stereo image, as opposed to it affecting the entire stereo spectrum, right? You can reintroduce, like if you pull 600 to 1200, you can reintroduce 600 to 1200 lightly on the outside of the mix, and it'll kind of wrap around that vocal. That will allow you to like tuck the vocal into the production a little bit better, as opposed to, again, forcing it over the top of it. And you have to be very strategic with this. If you go too exaggerated, it's going to sound weird and hollow in the middle of the mix. You don't want to like pull all of the mids out of the middle of the mix. You got to be really tasteful with it. We're talking a couple dB here and there. If you can be strategic with it, it'll allow your instrumentation, especially if you're working off stems that you're mixing, or even if this is almost essential if you're working with 2 tracks, to wrap the instrumentation around the vocal instead of them all competing for the same space right in the middle of the mix. Okay, let me push into the second part of this. There's a little guitar solo I want to get into in just a second, and then I think I have 2 more submissions I need to get up on the board. I'll update those in a sec. Okay, right here in the background. So in my opinion, again, there's some great things that I really enjoy about this production and about what you're doing in your vocals. And this is where you would do what's called like writing the fader, right? And you need to automate your levels here a little bit better here. And I would actually just automate the fader, right? So like use the fader to your advantage and push and pull your gain staging right there in order to structure things in a way that makes a little bit more sense for the song. You have a lead vocal doing lead and front and center, mono, loud, right in the middle of the mix the whole time. I would love to change the structure of that a little bit and write the fader of other elements. In this case, you have a guitar solo in the background. Beautiful. Dude, I love it. How often do you get like download a beat that's got like a beautifully tracked guitar solo in the background? T, so welcome in. Thanks for tapping into the stream. You have a beautiful guitar solo in the background, and it doesn't get the light of day at all because your lead vocal is constantly front and center. What I would love to do here, I'm going to back it up a little bit. You'll hear the guitar solo in the background, and you'll hear what your lead vocal is doing the whole time. Way back there. Like it's doing all these beautiful little movements in the background that they don't exist to the rest of the mix, right? So if I back it up here, and then in the background you have the you have all these other background layers that are filling out back there, but they're not present in the mix. I would love to actually pull in this case, automate reverbs forward in this case, right? So drown the reverb a little bit more and give it a little bit more wetness as far as how that's existing on your vocal right there. And then pull that vocal back in the mix like 7 dB. Like, and just for a moment here, we're going to ride the fader, right? Just for a moment here, we're going to shift energy between the different lead elements in the song, right? In this case, being your lead vocal right down the middle in mono, and your lead electric guitar in the background that is actually handling your soloing. That's your new lead instrument right there, but it barely exists in the background. And I think that offers more to the structure of your mix than the lead vocal ad-libs do that are just doing, oh, no. They're there and they're pretty, but they're not really offering new information. The guitar solo is new information, and it's talent, it's skill. We should push that forward. So what I would do is once you get into this like 2-minute mark, like a minute 40, minute 52 minute mark, where that guitar solo starts, I would push the guitar forward. I would automate it forward, or copy the guitar solo to a separate track and process it on its own as a guitar solo and like fade between them so that you can push it forward a little bit. But I would have that guitar solo forward as a solo, like a loud solo that you want to hear in the bridge of this song. So it feels really present. It feels powerful. It feels interesting to listen to. Push that forward by like 5 or 6 dB. And then in the background, pull that vocal back. So you have this beautiful guitar solo at the front with the drums and bass doing what they're doing. Somebody reposted live. Faust, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for tapping in. Have a great evening as well. I appreciate you showing love. Bring that guitar forward by 5, 6 dB. So that's your new lead instrument, and your background with a bunch of reverb is no, and it's sitting in the background with a bunch of reverb as the supporting instrument instead of the lead guitar. I think if you change the energy right there, this song comes to life because it has so much more like new fresh energy and new fresh structure happening back and forth, as opposed to it constantly just being the same vocal information right there at the top of the mix. A little bit of a change in energy goes a long ways to maintaining people's attention. It really it can be the one thing that like kind of wakes people up for a second. Like imagine you've gone through your verse, your hook, a verse, a hook, and then after your hook you keep going, oh no, and it's pretty and it's nice, right? It just keeps going and keeps going, and then you change, go back into the hook one more time at the end. What's up, Fool in a Hill? Welcome in. You go back into the hook right after that, but no real energy is shifted. All of a sudden, if you just pull that vocal back and guitar goes forward and we have a fresh guitar solo in there, now that's a new information that to me grabs people's attention, that wakes it up. Now there's new, fresh information that I feel like more people be like, oh, okay. And especially if you're working with BeatStars leases and you're purchasing beats or you're downloading MP3s or whatever it is, like if you're in that realm for a little while, you're going to be in such a better place being able to like wake people up and kind of snap them out of the mode that we get into when we're listening passively and give them some fresh, new information that feels really, really valuable. Okay, let me skip into this last section really quick.
I can't find out waiting for me.
Yeah, show some love, man. Show some love, show some love. David G, I like what you're doing, man. I like what you're doing. I like what you're doing. Again, to bullet point, I think the guitar solo is an important pocket of the song to keep the energy really, really engaging. But even earlier on as well, I love so much about what's going on here, man. Great vocal range, great energy. The emotion is there. Your emoting is fantastic. I don't want you to separate that at all. You can tell even at the outro of the song that we're forcing the vocal over the top of the mix. So instead of forcing it over the top of the mix, create space for it in the mix. Mid-side is great. Some subtle EQ curves over your instrument bus can be really, really vital for stuff like that. If you can create a little bit of space for that vocal, I promise you it's going to feel way more cohesive, way more connected, and it's going to feel less like here's a production, here's a vocal, and they feel distinct and they feel too separate. They feel all one picture that you're painting here. But David G, you're a beast, man. It's so good. Sounds good, Dasik. Sounds good, sounds good. Please show some love. Show some love. That is Great As You by David G. They said it's coming out soon. So please show some love and support. We're going to keep it going through the music. So let me just double check a couple things. Let me double check a couple things here, and let me get these updated over here. Give me just one moment. All right, let's see. So we should have Manifesta. Wait, hold on. Let me double check a few things. Give me just 1 second. Dude, absolutely, man. Absolutely, anytime. David G, I appreciate you a ton. Let's go, Manifesta. Hold on, sick. Hold on. I can find Let me, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me double check. Wait, Sick, did you sub? Did you sub, Sick? Or are you switching platforms? It didn't notify me. I'm trying to make sure. Did you sub, Sick? Sick, come on, man. I'm trying to fix this right now. It's not notifying me. It's not notifying me, so I'm trying to fix it. I'm trying to fix it. Thank you so much, Sick Wrath. Man, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for the love and the support as well. And obviously, you get no ads too. That's a big benefit. So if you're ever tired of the ads, you can always subscribe. It does help you out quite a bit. In fact, now I think that'll also work on the Red app as well. I think I'm still figuring out some new stuff because it's fresh. But Sick, I appreciate you so much, man. I appreciate you so much. Y'all give it up one more time. One more time for David G. Okay, let me get these updated really quick. TD, I got you. Let me update over here real quick. There's two. Yeah, that's you. I got you. Yeah, I got you. And then I'm just making sure that I've got everybody on here. Making sure that I got everybody. Give me 1 second. I appreciate you so much, Manifesta. I'm so excited to hear what you got too. I can't find. We got some catchy ass hooks today, man. some catchy hooks. Okay. Y'all let me know if you're not seeing where you're at or if I'm missing anything. I got Manifesta. I've got Sick. I got R3trac, Erick, Dasic, Nova, Zach, Bobby, John B, Gutter, Bemi, and Leo. Some of those bottom ones I'm going to pull off here pretty soon. Am I missing anyone that I want to make sure that I'm getting all of the ones through the website right now? 2, 3. All right, Manifest, I'm pulling up your track. So if y'all see anything, again, if you do want to check the line, go over to the red app. You can read through, or go to the red or the purple app. You'll be able to see everything that we got over there. Okay, let's keep it going. I'm trying to move at a good pace. Trying to move at a good pace. Let's dive into it. We got the family in the building. This is Manifesta. Here's one of my newest tracks under my new dance pop duo alias, Eris. Okay, beautiful. Make sure I get it right. Fun story about this one. My little sister is singing on the track and has never top lined before. Did a lot more writing on this than producing. The track is still missing ad-libs and harmony, so we will be recording those soon. Excited to hear what you think. All right, let's get into this. Okay, you said you did more writing than producing. Are you still the producer on this track? You just have focused more on writing? Let me know. And once again, if y'all are over on TikTok, do me a huge favor. If you're over on TikTok, make sure you are tapping the screen, share out the live with a few people. And you did produce as well. Okay, perfect. Beautiful. If you're on TikTok, tap the screen like crazy. Make sure y'all are sharing out the live. Don't forget to send your heart me for the day. It really does help out the live stream. Get a couple more eyes and ears on what you're doing creatively as well. We've got, because we're like a producer DJ duo. Okay, beautiful. Just not as much as Jaden this time. Okay, perfect. Let's get into it. Once again, if y'all would like to submit as well, we're still doing these 20 to 30 minute detailed long form consultations, 20 to 30 minutes per song, multiple listens. If you would like a breakdown, if you would like a deep dive into the structure of your music, you want a professional second set of ears on what you're doing, over a 20 to 30 minute consultation, then go to my profile, click on the link, read through and follow the details. If you're on the purple app, which is another one that we're live on, type ! submit in the chat. If you are on the red app, use your imagination. Then just go to the description for the live stream. You'll see what you need right there. This is going to be epic. I have no doubts. This is Sideways by Eris. Right? That's the name. How can I move a little on the list? Jesus, my brain went, pew, it just shut down for a second. You can move at any point if you want to. The board is completely modular. In fact, every single person that's getting heard right now, they're doing the same thing. So if you want to go faster, you can. The board is modular. We go by whoever's at the top and whoever, it's like kind of like the bid right there. So all of those details are laid out in the form as well. So if you want to go faster, you can. There's no pressure to it. Just depends on if you want to go faster, or if you end up having to leave, I can always save it, right? So if anybody isn't able to get heard, if it's taking too long for them, they're not able to skip or whatever, it doesn't matter to me. There's never any pressure to. I will always make sure that you are here for your breakdown and you'll never miss out on that credit. I'll make sure that you're good and ready to go. So if you do need to leave, we can always save it. I can put it on my list with your credit. So the next time you come in, I can put it right there. Or if you want to go faster, you of course definitely still can. That's how everyone else is kind of moving forward right now. They're just sending in more in order to put themselves a little bit faster. All right. I'm going to try to go at a good pace too, but I also am still going to make sure we do these 20 to 30 minutes because I want to make sure y'all are getting the value that you deserve. All right. This is Sideways by Eris. Let's get into it.
Just staring at the ceiling tonight like I always do. The rain outside keeps
Minimums are updated too, y'all.
against the window. Trying not to think about what I can't change anymore. Leaving probably save me in the end. I tried getting close, but you kept pulling me sideways. It should have been easy, but it never really was. I don't hate it now.
When's this coming out?
No, I don't hate it anymore. Listen to that lesson. I
That bass
tried
is
getting
nasty.
close, but you kept pulling me sideways. Pulling me sideways. Pulling me sideways. I tried getting close, but you kept pulling me sideways. Pulling me sideways. Pulling me sideways.
I got you, Eric. I got you.
Driving through the city.
I appreciate you so much, man.
Lights pass me slowly. Every other face reminds me of you. I keep telling myself it won't fade unless I let it. When leaving probably saved me in the end. I tried getting close, but you kept pulling me sideways. It should have been easy, but it never really was. I don't hate it now. No, I tried getting close, but you kept pulling me sideways, pulling me sideways, pulling me sideways. I tried getting close, but you kept pulling me sideways, pulling me sideways, pulling me sideways. I tried to tell you how I felt, but you just walked away, giving me excuses all the time. I gave you too many chances to come back, but you just say I wasn't ready for this kind of life. I tried getting close, but you kept pulling me sideways. It should have been.
Where are you running her vocal through?
Never really was.
How's that being
I don't
tracked?
hate it now. No, I don't hate it anymore. Guess I needed that lesson. I tried getting close, but you kept pulling me sideways, pulling me sideways, pulling me sideways. I tried getting close, but you kept pulling me sideways, pulling me sideways, pulling me sideways. I tried getting close, but you kept pulling me sideways. It should have been easy, but it never really was. I don't hate it now. No, I don't hate it anymore. Guess I needed that lesson.
Sick. Production's nasty. That bass. What is the bass? Talk to me about the bass. I love the bass. I need the bass. Talk to me about the bass. Yeah, show some love. It's Manifesta in the chat right over here. Please show some love and support to the family. Definitely one of the best songs I've heard from you, man. It's punchy, it's powerful. I do want to talk about the vocal production because it does separate itself in like quality of processing from the production. Production is snappy, punchy, presence, body, all of the above. Bass is nasty. It's nasty. I love it. I'm obsessed with the bass. I need to know everything about it. And the drum structure is really nice too. It's ample bass. I've heard a lot about ample bass because they do a lot of good emulations of real bass. I know a producer buddy of mine who uses them for like electric guitar and acoustic guitar, where if they need like a really simple, like classical picking pattern, Ample has some really good quality emulations of like real instrumentation, which is really fun. Ample bass plugin. It's nasty. Yeah, dude, no, I love it so much. I love it so much. To me, there is a separation in vocal quality versus production quality. The production, even the balance and like mix of the production is super. It's heavy, it's vibrant, it feels really, really tight. The chaining, I think, is done beautifully. So you get this very subtle swing and side chain. Your attack is moving in a way that's really, really subtle. It's not a completely like obnoxiously obvious like EDM sidechain, but it gives just enough swing with that attack that it really builds out the production in a way that feels good. It feels more natural than it is, even though it's largely digital, right? So on the vocal side, I would love to reduce. There's a lot of aliasing. It's very fuzzy. It's very hissy. There's a lot of like high frequency excitement as well that I'm hearing, maybe a little oversaturated. I would love to just open it up a little bit. It just feels really suppressed and really surgically carved, where I want to hear it. I want it to slice down the middle of the mix a little bit more. It just feels just a little bit oversuppressed through, I don't know if it's soothed in addition to like some fresh air, some aliasing that's happening at the high frequencies, where we're not getting like the clarity and punch that I would love to get out of the vocal. It sounds a little lispy, right? It's really, you're removing a lot of that like natural phrasing. I think if we can open up that vocal a little bit, the production itself, and then I have one detail on the production I want to talk about, but the production itself, gorgeous, dude. It's beautiful. It's really, really well done. And the song is good. The song is catchy as hell. This is commercial. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's very, very catchy. It's very, very well structured. Just sent the tracks over. Let me know if the files aren't sent, if you need me to go. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good, Dave. I'll double whenever we get that, whenever we get to that side, I'll open it up for you. Let's run it from the top, dude. This is a great song. Yep, exactly. That's what I'm looking for. And then I have one little detail in the B section of your hook that I want to get to really quick. Let me pull up. Let me see. What do I got here? What are we dealing with? I'm going to open up a plugin here because this is fun. Let's go Polymax. Real quick because I have an idea. It is in B minor, if I'm hearing correctly. Let me play it real quick. I think I'm hearing it correctly. I think it's B minor.
Just staring at the
Yeah, perfect. B minor. Okay, let's get into it.
tonight like I always do. The rain
It's got a little like Chainsmokers vibe too. You know what I mean? Like I'm saying, it's like commercial. Like it's really, really like commercial, popular sound that I think you could crush, man. Like if you make more stuff like this, you just need to make like 3 albums. Yeah, exactly, dude. You just need to make like 3 albums like this year and just blast them and promote them to all hell and get some good placements, man. Get some good placements. Get this to a couple great, I mean, you're a great producer and DJ yourself, but like get this to some like big producers and DJs out there and get yourself a check, man. Okay. Let me pull up the world's favorite synth plugin, Polymax. Let's see. And then we're gonna dive into a couple things. Facts. All right, let's bring this under control. Timing is good. A little less feedback. Get that out of here. We got gnats in here. Let's open up a couple things here. Oh, actually, hold on. We can switch here. My bad. Wake it up. We're here. Okay. All right, let's run here, and then we're gonna also little less resonance, and let's also a little bit of portamento. Don't do that. Hold on.
I keep stopping slow against the window. Trying not to think about what I can't change anymore. Leaving probably save me in the end. I tried getting close, but you kept pulling beside me.
Okay, I'm gonna mess around with something here for a very specific reason, and then we're gonna dig into it. Let's introduce some noise. I might need to detune the second oscillator here, but yeah, let's detune oscillator 1. Let's go ahead and introduce some noise. I want pink noise. No, white's better, a little bit brighter. Tighten up the decay so it's still a little punchy. Okay. So here's a little more glide. We're going to push this all the way to the outside. And then bring down the output. Okay, here's the only thing that I'm hearing. Only thing that I'm hearing that I want to update just a little bit is I want to, and Day, I got you. I appreciate you so much. Just got you. I want to open up your B section just a little bit here because none of your sound design really changes on that B section. So I want to find like a really subtle, like tasteful way. I'm going to lower the cutoff just a little bit here to reintroduce something. Now, feel free to completely ignore what I'm talking about here and just feed whatever new information. I like this high octave right here with something a little fuzzy, a little gritty, because I feel like it helps like connect your production structure to the instrumentation that we have here and your vocal. So let's get into the song here a little bit. We already talked about vocals a little bit, and then we'll talk about how that fits.
It should have been easy, but it never really was. I don't hate it now. No, I don't hate it.
Now that bass, it's got another layer to it, right? The attack, is that coming from Ample? Is that there's a really like static, really transient layer in there? Is that processing on there? Is that part of just like, you know, envelope shaping there? Or is there a layer to that that's like a synth that's giving you a little bit of that transience? Yeah. I love it, dude, because you have this thing. No, don't even worry about it. I'm in love with it. I love it so much. It's so tastefully done and it's mixed together beautifully.
Listen to that lesson. I tried getting close, but you kept pulling beside me. Pass me slowly. Every other phase from
So like right here, there's so much energy. So like this bass is so punchy. Add harmony vocals like a choir on either side of that. Beautiful. Love that. Love that idea. There's so much energy at the top here, right? There's so like going into this verse right here, it's beautifully, beautifully done. Like the melodies are great. Vocal structure's great. It just needs to open up like we talked about. It's a little fuzzy, a little oversaturated, a little too de-essed. There's too much aliasing at the top. Like it feels like there's some difficulty in processing some of the higher frequencies right there. So if there's fresh air, if there's high end excitement, if there's a big high push that's oversaturated, just reduce some of that energy so that vocal has a little bit less hiss and fuzz and artifact in it. And it feels a little bit more still controlled, still highly compressed and saturated, but a little bit more transparent. It's so fuzzy that it separates the punch and clarity. It separates from the punch and clarity of like the bass and drums, which are really sharp, really, really sharp. So that'd be my one thing. Like right here, listen to the delays and reverbs too. Let me back it up.
Driving through the city while the streetlights.
This is noise, right? There's a lot of just ambiance and energy right there at the top. I would love to clear all that. And just like, that could be a nearly dry vocal right there. Like, driving through the city. Like, that could be like punchy and dry and forward. And right now it's kind of drowning in that ambiance right there. Yeah, boosted it a little bit more under control, shorter, tighter, maybe more EQ'd reverbs down like 20%. Drive that vocal, get it punchy. And again, without all of the artifact on it. And then lock it in. Now, yeah, 100%. 100%. And then even just the levels of the actual like reverb right there, just automate, right? Just automate reverbs down. And then once you get into, once you start getting into the hook itself, you can push those back forward, open up the mix, automate those reverbs to where they're a little bit higher when you get into your main hook. So it feels a little bit more vibrant, but maybe early on in those verses, dry it up a little bit. So it's a little punchier because you have punchy elements that don't have the space to be punchy because they're constantly set in space, right? So tight drums, ridiculous sounding bass that I'm obsessed with, and a great vocal, but there's no space for them to feel punchy because they're set in a huge cavern, right? So if you can take that vocal reverb down a little bit better control, I think you're going to be in a great spot.
Pass me slowly.
And then the only other thing, dude, everything else about this is gorgeous. I love it so much. Only other thing is the B section. I want a little. I just want something in the high register there on the B section of your hook. So we'll play around with that for a second and then we'll move on.
Every other phase reminds me of you.
Exactly.
Myself, it won't fade unless I
And verses, you can keep it a little bit more open if you want to. That's up to your taste, right? But definitely on the B section of the hook. Definitely on the B section of the hook.
let it. When leaving probably saved me in the end. I tried getting close
So
to
here-
you. Kept pulling me sideways. It should have been easy, but it never really was. I don't hate it now. No,
So like leave this here, right? This is great.
Guess I needed that lesson. I
Here,
tried
right?
getting close, but you kept pulling me sideways, pulling me sideways, pulling me sideways. Tried getting close, but you kept pulling me sideways, pulling me sideways,
You know what you can
pulling me sideways.
You know what you can do is just follow the melody. I'm gonna open this up for a second. Just for a second. Watch, like. So this is in, we're gonna go mono. And we're gonna go hall reverb. So we can move this back. Hold on. On like the B section here, you could even follow the vocal melody. If you follow the vocal melody.
I tried getting close, but you kept pulling me sideways, pulling me sideways, pulling me sideways. Tried getting close, but you kept pulling me sideways, pulling me sideways, pulling me sideways. I tried to tell you how I felt, but you just walked away.
And you get the idea. But yeah, even just the idea of pulling it sideways. And I think the harmonies we plan to do will fill it out more, 100%, right? Especially, yeah, all I'm looking for, if you ignore the melody too, if you ignore the melody, all I'm really looking for is new information on the B section. Because if you listen, I'm going to go before the break here, and then after, the actual information is the same.
I tried getting close, but you kept pulling me sideways.
It's largely exactly the same sound design. So I just need something that's new information right there, and then you're going to be in a fantastic spot. Not even worried about it. Not even worried about it. Okay, let me keep going into the outro of the song here. But this production structure is nasty. It's delicious. I love everything about it.
Getting close, but you kept pulling me sideways. It should have been.
And then Day, let me see. Hold on. Let me check something real quick. Because Day. 2 songs in here, so 3 songs. Okay. So you want to? We're gonna go back to back with yours, right, Day? Let me get that. I see where you're at right here. Yeah, that makes sense. I know what you're talking about. Okay, let me get, so that's 5. So what I'll do is I'll put that in a 20 with the double for that extra 5. We can just kind of lock that in. So 26, I'll move you up to there. Okay, there we go. Boom, got you. And it's like technically a × 2, but I'm gonna reference the 2 tracks, but it'll largely be 1 track with a bit of a boost right there. Okay, let's okay, beautiful. Let's run it. Where'd it go? Boom. All right.
Easy, but it never really was. I don't hate it now. No, I don't hate it anymore. 'Cause I needed that lesson. I tried getting close, but you kept pulling me sideways. Pulling me sideways. Pulling me sideways.
I also wouldn't mind like some ad-libs from because getting close to you, sideways. Melody's gorgeous, beautiful, love everything about it. It could be nice once you get to this last hook. Choir's gonna be great. All those additional layers, beautiful. It could be nice, yeah, to do a couple ad-libs. I think you already mentioned that in the email. A couple ad-libs here, just
I tried getting close, but you kept
build up here.
sideways, but it never really was. I don't hate it now. No, I don't hate it anymore. 'Cause I needed that lesson. I tried getting close, but you kept pulling me sideways. Pulling me sideways. Pulling me sideways. I tried getting close, but you kept pulling me sideways.
And just and getting over you. Like just a couple other layers to just punching over the top right there, panned off a little bit over the vocals right there. I think would be really, really nice. But yeah, I know you already need to do that stuff, so I'm not worried about it.
I don't hate it now. No, I don't hate it anymore. 'Cause I needed that lesson.
Love the crunch on the outro too. Yeah, this is manifested. This is beautiful. I think once this is like a little bit farther along, I mean, it already is so good. Once this is a little bit farther along and it's a little bit more connected and polished on the vocal side, especially the production's nuts. Vocal side, especially once this is polished up a little bit, by far one of the best songs I've ever heard from you. I mean, this feels punchy. It feels commercial. It feels like radio ready. Like this legitimate, yeah, missing that 10%. This legitimately could be a fantastic song for you, like a moment song for you. Y'all give it up for the family, man. This is gorgeous. And I love that you brought, I think you said your little sister, right, who's doing the vocals. Dude, I love that you brought them in for this as well. I mean, it's really, really well, needs polish on the processing side, but dude, you're a beast. It's just so well done. Manifesta, love and appreciate you, man. Y'all give it up one time for the family right there. That is It's Manifesta. Please, if you like what you hear, please, dude, it sounds so good. Please show some love and support. Go follow Manifesta. Go show them some love and support. Go boost their algorithm. Yeah, no, I'm waiting to hear more now, man. Waiting to hear more. It's beautifully done. Let's keep going, y'all. Let's keep going into some more music here. We've got lines should be current. We got Eric in the building. Eric, we're going straight into it. This is Yamike Ador or Idor. Please let me know. I don't want to get it incorrect. Let me see. This is the context right here. This was a university project in which we created this composition. I composed the music and Carrie, my friend, composed the lyrics, and I also played the violin and the flute. I'm sorry that they're referring in Spanish. No problem at all. But it speaks about the indigenous people and how they were approached by the conquerors and a story of life between an indigenous girl and a conqueror boy. The name Yimaik Ador is in a traditional Costa Rican language of an Indian population called Maluku, and it means I will be there. Beautiful, dude. Let's go, dude. Anytime, Manifesta. Love and appreciate you so much, Eric. Let's go, Eric. This is awesome. This is really, really cool. We considered continuing producing, but I haven't had that much of support here in my country. All right, man. Let's dive in. I'm so excited about this. Let me know how I can best support you in this, Eric. Let me know what I can do to support you in this. If there's anything in particular that you that I can do to help you build the structure of this and help you polish it in the way that you want to. Do you want me to focus on mix, on production and sound design, or just overall kind of vibe check and overall kind of seeing kind of where it's at? Let me know. If there's any way that I can hone in on what would be the most helpful for you, I would love to be able to do that. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Of course. Beautiful. Who mixed this?
Le pide al Dios viento que le saque el tormento, esas ganas de querer mirar más allá de lo que puede ver. Su corazón
Let's go.
se acuesta entre palmas luego de la danza del fuego y mirando hacia el cielo busca su constelación.
Beautiful.
Y más allá de la montaña se ve una calle con una bandera blanca cerca al cielo más profundo de aquel mar azul. Y entonces truena y relámpago.
Great mix on the bass. Great mix on the bass. Hits you in the chest.
Porque ahora son tres.
Beautiful.
Y mientras
Nice and bright.
tanto, ella sigue su canto, persiguiendo aquel cari blanco de la tribu de al lado. Canta Yevi, que ella adora. Tararea eso cuando lo ve. Grita Yevi, que ella adora. Eso lo hace sin nadie la ver.
You did all this music, Eric?
Corre la
Gorgeous.
gacela junto a
Come on.
ella, y cuando sopla el viento ella respira lento, se olvida de aquel tormento, porque ella corrió y corrió cuando el hombre blanco llegó, y de camino a aquel
The Neumann, yeah, those are awesome. I've used those a couple times. Those are great.
Y entre palos y piedras la miró y una sonrisa el rostro del cubrió. La tomó de su mano y se escondió. Y entre palos y piedras la miró y una sonrisa el rostro del cubrió. La tomó de su mano y se perdió. Y mientras tanto yo aquí sigo su canto, persiguiendo aquel romance entre tribus de al lado. Canto Yevi, que ella adora. Sé que la constelación de ella me ve.
Come on, Eric. This needs to be in a movie, man. This is beautiful.
Canto Yevi, que ella adora. Sé que la constelación de ella me ve.
Beautiful job. Come on. Man, show some love right here in the chat. Show some love. That was Eric right here in the chat. And I think the lead vocalist is Carrie. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful job. This is a record, man. Production structure is gorgeous. It's tasteful. It's inspiring. And man, it feels absolutely beautiful. Instrumentation, musicianship is on 11. Beautiful vocal structure. I'm excited to dive into this. I'm excited to get into some of the details here, but this is gorgeous, man. This is gorgeous. This needs to be this feels like a title track. This feels like a film score. It's beautiful. I love so many things about it. There's some parts of it where I do wish there was a little bit more presence in the lead vocal. So there's sometimes where I feel like it falls out of the mix a little bit. Maybe a very, very lightly tighter compression structure on that lead vocal so that she maintains her warmth and her presence and her power at the top of the mix. Like even just another stage of like an LA2A, right? Or even a digital one, but like another stage of compression to smooth out and push forward by just 2 dB. I do feel I could open it up just really, really lightly. But what a production, man. Come on. I played legato to create atmospheric pads supporting the vocal line. It's just enough like legato and movement and flow between your strings, some of the really atmospheric pads that you have in the background, as well as the staccato movement of the percussion elements that you have in here. Beaded shaker, the openness of like the congos and bongos in the background. Beautiful, dude. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's run it from the top. Let's dive into some details. But what a record, man. This is so fun. I'm so glad you sent this in. Man, yeah. Everybody please follow Eric. Eric, I'm a fan. Let's go. Is it also a hand pan? Is that like a steel hand pan in the background too, or like a brass hand pan in the background too? Is that what I'm hearing? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, it is a hand pan in the background, right? Brass hand pan. I love that because what I like about it is I'm hearing it initially as rhythm, but then I start to dun 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 dun. I start to hear the little bit of like a melodic texture in there too. Like my gut reaction to it is just hearing the rhythm that it offers, the kind of the flow and the cadence of the record, and then I hear do 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 do. Has this beautiful little 7 in there that just is gorgeous. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Love it. The ocarina in the beginning was a struggle. Man, I'm such a fan of this. Let's go. There's even like a little bit of like rain stick in the background. Like there's all these like, what I'm experiencing in this mix too is not just a good musicianship and it's a good song, and even like the background behind the structure of the song I think is beautiful as well and needs to be out there. But even just in the production, like practically speaking, the production structure, there's so much nuance. This is like beyond, it's not just like there's like 3 things happening and they're all working together. There's like 15 little percussive textures and bends and blends in the background that just feel really, really, really beautiful between like the rain stick and the brass hand pan in the background, acoustic guitar, the violin. There's, I mean, even like little bell tones and triangle. Like there's all these textures and movements, but they're not stepping on each other's toes at all. They sound really, really nice, man. The fact that you did all of this is crazy. Crazy. Yes. Great space. It's left, it's right, it's up and down, and it's also like back, right? You hear some of the shifts and shaking in the background, but they're like 15 feet behind you and to the right. You know what I mean? Like that's good panning. That's good control over depth in your experience. Miking a little bit farther away, miking deeper into the room as well to create that perception of depth. But also strategic use of reverb and stuff to disconnect some of these elements from the mix and pull them back. It's beautiful, dude. I like it. I'm a fan. Eric, you're a monster. This is great. Yep. 100%. You nailed it. Not too many people understand how to get that, right? They record direct and just position to make loud or quiet. The ability to control depth and perception in a mix is a really, really powerful thing to have as a producer, as an engineer. So props to you, man. Props to you. Beautiful. Sounds like a really, really, is it just a really short decay, short feedback ping pong? Is that what you have there? You have like a really, really tight, like few millisecond ping pong, or is it a doubler? It could be both. It could be a delayed doubler or like a really, really fast, almost like slap delay ping pong with a very short feedback so it doesn't interrupt the vocal. That offering of like width and ear candy in the background with the vocal is really nice as well. It's tasteful. It's not too much. It doesn't really distract you from the vocal, but it's positioned really well. Really light plate with the ping pong. Yeah, I was gonna say it's a really, really fast ping pong in there. It gives you this almost doubled effect. It gives you this width. In the stereo field, you get this openness from the vocal. It's beautiful, man. So good, man. So like right here, this is where I start. There's so much information, beautiful bass processing, like I said. Actual mix on the bass is super tight, very natural sounding, beautifully, beautifully done. It feels incredibly open and vibrant around it. Here's where I start to get a little bit of diving from the lead vocal into the mix. So this is where I would just make sure that you maintain prominence on that lead vocal, whether it's through very tasteful mid-side processing, whether it's through just the way that you structure your EQs and your panning, or it's just automating. You have more information in the mix. We automate that vocal forward by 2 dB and or bring in a little bit more like low mid depth. The vocal's really clean and clear. It could probably use a little bit of body, 200 hertz to 600 hertz, so it's not too thinned out, right? You're already using a really bright forward microphone. That's what the UAD7 is great for. I've used them plenty of times. I've worked with artists plenty of times that are using them. It's bright at the top end. It's mid forward, and it's not necessarily going to lose any body, but if you do any carving too much, like you pull low mids out a little bit, it'll respond very, very sharply to that. So just make sure you don't pull too much of that low mid out, that her vocal still has some body because it's competing with heavy percussion, a lot of width, a lot of ambiance, a lot of atmosphere, and at the same time competing with a really heavy bass. So just making sure that it's still really natural. A little stage the tambito. 100%. Yeah, I think it's just, I don't want it to dive. I still want to be able to maintain like lyric clarity and vocal clarity. So, and when I'm talking about these changes too, I'm talking about tiny little changes. I'm talking about like, it's just like if you're pulling low mids between 100 and 300 hertz down 3 dB, bring it to 2, a little bit more warmth, right? A 1 dB push here, because to me, it's the combination of everything. It's not that you need to dramatically change EQ curves. It's like do a little notch here, and all of these little notches and all of these little details will equal a more full vocal with that beautiful processing that you already have on it. So like little small details here and there. The rest of the structure of the vocal, I think is gorgeous. I think it's absolutely beautiful. You hear because of how dynamically she sings, right? Like there's a lot of push and pull with that vocal. So if you lose too much of that because of the compression being too loose or anything like that, you'll lose some of it. And I want it to sound natural and transparent. This is not like a modern pop record, right? I want it to sound natural and transparent, but I also want to make sure I can maintain a little bit. Subtle, maybe potentially more compression. Potentially lowering your threshold on your compressor so it controls it more, and then make up a little bit more so that her lower vocal elements push up and forward a little bit. So actually, you got the bass perfect, right? But on the vocal, potentially more or less is hard because music is like backwards sometimes. Lower threshold, more dynamic control, and then you can push it forward a little bit. Yeah, and tastefully tiny, because I know people go, you're good at I can tell you're good at what you do. People go too crazy. I'm like, yeah, brighten up the vocal a little bit, and then the next time I hear it, it's like shrill and crazy. We're talking little decibel nudges here and here, like 2 dB down on your threshold, make up by 2 dB and get that vocal forward. Tasteful, tiny little details here and there. Okay, let me push into the middle of the song here. This is, dude, I'm such a fan. This is so beautiful. What's up, Anon?
Cuando lo ves, detalle vi que
I'm loving the arrangement. I'm loving the mix on the percussion in the background too. Man, I cannot wait to hear more from you, Eric. I cannot wait to hear more. I don't, said this was a part of a project, right? But I don't know if you're working a lot more in the production space. If you're not, you should be. This is very polished, very professional sounding, man. You should be so proud of this. You should be so proud of this.
eso lo hace sin nadie la ver.
Beautiful. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm so glad. I was like, this can't be the only thing you've done. That'd be insane. Like, hey, I just shot in the dark here, just randomly started to do production and created a masterpiece that's going to be like winning film festivals and stuff. All right, let me get into this outro here. This is gorgeous, man. This is gorgeous. Shout out to Carrie as well. Carrie has a beautiful voice, great vocal control, just great range, great projection. Her vocal just cuts. It cuts through. The mic helps, but her vocal cuts. It projects beautifully. So well done. That's all you on the flute, right? Beautiful. Amazing, amazing, amazing.
Oye, vi que ella sé que la constelación de ella me ve.
Hand claps are beautiful too. It's a great human element, especially amongst these like really impressive atmospheric pads, right? They kind of fill out this incredibly vibrant mix, right? This really, really vibrant mix. And then just having that like really, really like tight, dead, isolated hand clap. It feels very human. It feels very organic and very natural. I love that about this production, about this mix, about Carrie's vocals. It doesn't feel overdone. It doesn't feel overworked. It feels really tasteful. Very, very tasteful. I love everything about this, man. It's so good. I cannot wait to hear more from you, man. I'm such a fan. I'm such a fan of both of y'all. Carrie, Eric, beautiful job. Let me know if this is out on all platforms. Oh yeah, it was distributed by DistroKid. It was distributed by DistroKid. Go ahead and drop the name so we can get drop the name, the artist name and the song name in the chat so that one of our mods can pin it to the top as well. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful job. I'm such a fan. I think you're amazing. I cannot wait to hear more music from you. You should be incredibly, both of y'all should be incredibly proud of the work that you are doing. R3trac, if you wouldn't mind, if you happen to still be, I see you pinning earlier, so if you can pin that'd be great. So everybody can go check it out. It is out on all platforms. Thank you so much, R3trac. I appreciate you a lot. It is out on all platforms, so if you like what you hear, which you should, it's beautiful. Go stream it, go add it to your playlist, go like the track, go follow on Spotify. It is under Carrie's profile, so go follow Carrie. Go follow her on social media, of course, but follow on Spotify. Make sure that you are engaging with the profile there, adding to playlists, stuff like that. Beautifully done. Let's keep the music going. That was, man, the music today has been phenomenal. It's been so good, so fun. I mean, one of my favorite things about this live stream, one of my favorite things about this whole structure is the amount of variety that we get. I mean, we're going to go from like a trap beat to a rock record to something like this that's so beautiful and contemporary and organic, multiple languages and styles and genres, and it makes me so happy. Eric and Carrie, I love what y'all do. I love the message. I love the core of what y'all are doing. Keep doing it. The world needs to hear what y'all are doing, musically and creatively and emotionally in your message. So please keep doing what you're doing at the highest level. Really genuinely appreciate what you do. Let's keep it going. We got Sick in the building. Sick Rats, please hop in the chat. Sick Rats, hop in the chat. Let me know that you're here. Let me know that you're here. And let me pull up some tracks here. Yay. There's Sick Rats right there. I think I've got you. Okay, let me see real quick. All right, let's see. Sick. It's JS, right? So I make sure I'm pulling up the right thing. Sick. Oh, Jesus. Sorry. I thought that was a piano. I thought that was going to be really tasteful. And it was not. It was obnoxious, and I'm so sorry if I just woke someone up. That's what I was trying to do. not a massive portament. All right, okay. This is Sick Rats right here in the chat. I'm going to read through this here. If there's anything else you want to update me on, please let me know, Sick, as far as structure goes, but I'm going to read through the email now. You just wrote a track about it. For one, sorry to hear about it. Let it fuel you. I'm sorry, there's always pros and cons, right? But I'm sorry to hear that you're having to go through that right now. Let it fuel your creativity. The beat is super, super unfinished. Deaf down to hear any suggestions there on a direction or instruments or anything you could think of that would be helpful. The vocals are at the very, very, very top of my range, honestly. I think my voice, let me see here. Sounds better when it's lower. Let me know what you think of the vocals if you think it still works. Okay, got you. Deaf missing, ad-libs and stuff in the background. Let's get into it. And then... remind me on production really quick. Remind me of a production really quick too. Is this your production?
I'm so dumb.
Your production or BeatStars, MP3, anything? Let me know.
I'm with wasting my time, acting like you don't know. Just take your show on the road. Why would
Cool.
I keep
Beautiful.
wasting my time?
Y'all keep tapping the screen too. Share out the live with a few people.
You gotta go. Think that you gotta go. Think that you gotta go. Met you at the club, you had baggage to carry. Gotta do.
Let's go,
back
Sick.
at
It's been a
home.
minute, Sick. I'm glad to hear you making this.
Temporary. Tried to take it slow, but you wanted to hurry.
Close the
Now
line
it's
after
years
this,
down
y'all.
the road. Turns out that you're still married. All up in your phone every day on your bad shit. I keep seeing filters on your face cause you masking. You keep playing games, nothing changed from the last shit. You just want the ups and the downs, but I'm so done with wasting.
Okay, nice, man.
my
Let's go.
time. Acting like you don't know, just take your show on the road.
That's catchy.
Why would I keep wasting my time? You don't
Fantastic
need me no
melody
more.
right there.
I think that you gotta go. Used up, crashed out. I'm just talking trash now. Chopped up, cropped out. I had never pictured I'd be wasting my time. You don't need me no more. I think that you gotta go. Red eye flights, I won't be here in the morning. One with the clouds, I can see the sky falling. Two got baddies, been all I ever wanted. Up 3 a.m., it ain't you who I'm calling. Who'd you ride for? Who'd you die for? Girl, it ain't me, I can see it with my eyes closed. You be giving low blows, I'ma take the high road. But that's a side note.
I like the format shifted echoes in the background.
I'm so done with wasting my time, acting like you don't know. Just take your show on the road. Why would I keep wasting my time? You don't need me no more. I think that you gotta go. Used up, crashed out. I'm just talking trash now. Chopped up, cropped out. I had never pictured I'd be wasting my time. You don't need me no more. I think that you gotta go.
I like that. It's a heavy production. Let's get into it, man. Y'all show some love. That's Sick Rats Wasted. This is unfinished. This is an early demo. Yeah, 100%. Let's dive into it. Yeah, this is an early unfinished demo by Sick Rats. It's called Wasted, working with their producer. Let's dive in, man. Yeah, we're using it. We're using that energy to fuel some great music, man. Let's dive into it. Gut reaction, really, really quick. Good. I mean, really, really good vocal structure. So as far as song formatting goes and song structure goes, gorgeous. There's the wasting my time. That melody structure is nasty. It's very catchy. It's really, really catchy. Great repetition. Great formatting. Keep that up. I need more of that from you. That's a great hook. Let's gut reaction on the balance of it. I know you still need to get into some of this, so I'm just gonna tell you some things to look out for. The vocal's a little bit overly bright, so it's a bit brittle, a bit harsh, and a bit snappy. So just watch your compression and your EQ. I would probably, I'm assuming you have multiple compressors. We talked about this earlier. If your first compressor is really, really fast, maybe slow it down just a little bit so your vocal comes through a little bit softer before it pulls it back, and maybe raise your threshold by a couple dB so that you're not, I want to have it released yet. Let me see if I can upload. Yeah, sounds good, Eric. Sounds good. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to close the line after this track here. So if you want to submit, you definitely still can. You'll just have to be a little bit higher if you want to. But I'm absolutely open to listening tonight. And also, sick rats, keep in mind, all of these VODs are saved to the Red app, YT. They're saved to the Purple app as well, where you're at currently, but they're also saved to the Red app. Every single one of these live streams, the entire VOD is. So if you need it, if you want to just like let off the gas for a second and not worry about making notes and not worry about screen recording, this entire live stream is going to be saved. So you can literally just go back later and go to the episode. It'll be like episode 54 or something like that, whatever it is. And you can literally just go back. There's, in fact, I have a playlist on my channel called Track Talk Live Stream. Just go to the playlist, go to the most recent one after the live or whenever you want to. And then you can find your song and just listen to screen record from there, take notes from there, rewind it, stuff like that. So I made sure I started doing that. That way you never have to worry like, oh, did I miss something? Say that again. I got you. Okay, let's run it back. Let's get into it. But yeah, watch some of that over brightness, right? So like again, 10K push, 7 dB, 6 dB, right? Really, really bright and then over compressed. What you'll end up doing is your next plugins will just be fixes for the plugins before, right? So you're like, excuse me, this is like, oh, it's just like a little bit too bright. So I'm going to like compress it and kind of squash it down a little bit. And then you just end up with a little bit of both, like a kind of bright and brittle, really squashed compressed vocal, as opposed to one that is bright and is highly compressed, because that's in the style, right? I don't want to change. This is not like an Ed Sheeran song, right? So it should be highly compressed. It should be punchy, and it should be like really driven, and it should be bright. But if you cross the line into too bright, too compressed, then it gets brittle and it gets harsh to listen to. So I want you to rebalance it just a little bit, pull back on some of the extreme movements that you're doing there, and just soften it slightly higher threshold, slightly slower attack. Again, a little bit tasteful adjustments here. If you're cranking 10K, pull it back by 2 dB, little things like that to just soften what you're doing as far as like vocal processing goes. And it'll sit into that production a lot easier. Right now it's forced over the top. We can settle it into, and I know it's still early, so I'm not too worried about it. We can settle it into the production just a little bit more and you'll be in a good spot. Okay.
I'm so done with waste.
I always talk about early introduction to the vocal. Love it. You're right there.
In my time, acting like you don't know, just take your show.
Because right now, if you wanted to fix that vocal, you would need to over DS like crazy. Like it's really punchy, really slicey. It's in that DS, or that, I'm sorry, that sibilance is really cutting through the mix because it's being forced through with compression and a high frequency boost. So soften all of those elements a little bit, and if you need to, retarget your DS or find that frequency exactly where it is, and then pull it back by another like 2-3 dB. That'll soften the whole thing right there. Those like 2 or 3 elements, restaging your compression and some of your more dramatic EQ curves. And then yeah, a couple other little movements from like your DS, or potentially if you need to, if the EQ and compression doesn't fix it. Ridiculous melody though, it's so catchy.
Why would I keep wasting my time? You don't need me no more. I think that you gotta go. I think that you gotta go.
Now, personal preference. This is your hook. I mean, you have 2 hooks, right? You have an instrumental hook and your vocal hook. I'm wasting my time. That is your hook, right? That's your vocal hook right there. Gorgeous, beautiful, love everything about it, like I already talked about. Your secondary hook. So you're on the D minor essentially here. Off this D minor, right? So B flat 7, G minor, and then a D minor. As you're going through this progression here, you have a secondary hook, which is the brass. The brass comes in, again, I know you're still working it out, so I just want to like tune your ear towards some of the things that we're talking, right? Since you still need to work out your mix structure. These aren't necessarily corrections, more like things I want you to look for and focus on so that you can make this as dynamic as possible. Do you play bass? Yes, I do, Time. I wouldn't like consider myself a bassist. You know, I'm not crazy, but yes, I do. I do play bass. I've got I've got 2 or 3 of them in here that I like to play. A nice little old Hoffer 60 style Hofner, not Hoffer, Hofner, and then an old Samick from the 80s, which I really like too. Solid wood bass. All right. I found out what Billy Sheehan uses. Talk to me, Timeline. Talk to me. So right here, so you have this that big push right there. That big push is beautiful, and I love it. That brass needs to be in its own space. That's your secondary hook, right? So your lead vocal, Useful Arts Hornet. I haven't even heard of that. Hold on one second. I haven't even heard of that. Oh, those are cheap. They're like $300. Those are super cheap. I love when things are cheap and I like them. I love that. I love when things are not, when I'm like, ooh, that sounds great. What do they use? What do they use? And then it's like $4,000. I'm like, fuck. I love when I find something that's $350 that is also a nice little DI and preamp right there. That's great. I like that. I like that. Okay, let's go a little deeper here. So yeah, on this structure here, right? Off the B flat, right? Right, those lead melodies right there, that brass needs to be forward. That needs to take over as the lead element with some counter melodies from the vocal. When this comes in, it's too soft, it's too back. We need a hard hitting. That's your instrumental break right there. So you got to switch places a little bit. Sick. This is what you're gonna have to kind of figure out, right? Is switching energy places between instrumentation and vocal, right? Because right now it's instrumental background, vocal forward, and then you go into the B section here. On the B section, we need to go vocal background, instrumental forward. Boom. Bum, 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 bum. Like this brass needs to be heavy, it needs to be wide, it needs to be forward, and just shift energy there just a little bit. Bum, 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 bum. Think that you gotta go. Right now it's just vocal way over the top. That needs to be mid forward, it needs to be really, really vibrant. That to me is like your second hook in the song. That needs to be sharp. Met you at the club, you had baggage to carry, gotta do back at home. I watched you live for 300 minutes. Timeline, let's go. Well, thank you. But for one, thank you, man. That's a lot of time to be dealing with my BS over here, man. To hear my annoying voice talk. So Timeline, I appreciate you, man. That's love. That's love. That's love. You said it's temporary. Tried to take it slow, but you wanted to hurry. Now it's years down the road. And again, this vocal's very prominent for one level wise, but also overly bright, there's a lot of artifact and fuzz at the top there that you already just need to kind of rebalance. There's so much that we already talked about there. Right now, it's very prominent and it's very distinguished from the production structure. So even just tucking that back in by softening some of the more exaggerated curves that you have in there, exaggerated compression settings and stuff like that, to me, turns out that will help bring everything kind of back under the same umbrella and back under the same control. To be fair, you could, in theory, take the Useful Arts into your 70s. That's true. I'm about to sell one of my amps, one of my old Fender Rumble amps. It's like 15 years old. I'm about to sell that and get in a guitar preamp that it's actually a guitar distortion generator from the 80s. It's a Rockman. You might know it, Time Mind. It's an old like 1986, 1988 Rockman half rack distortion generator. Classic 80s rock and roll. I mean, we're talking Queen. We're talking like, Boston. Like it is the tone, man. It is the tone. I'm about to get that for guitar, but I want to get another one inlet that I could use for like bass and some other stuff. So I'm looking at a couple of preamps. I do want something I can fit into the rack. I should probably just get a rack shelf so that I can use some half rack stuff in there too. But yeah, that's 350 is not bad at all. 350 is not bad at all. Yeah, those are teeny tiny. I looked at it. It looks like the little ART. It looks like the little ART2 preamps. The little ones that are like $75, $100. That sort of reminds me of, it's tiny. Transformer bass, you get a little bit of breakup in there, a little bit of saturation. Killer, dude. Killer. I love that. Sick Rats, not even fully sure if that's the instrument we want to keep. Might switch it to some strings or just add them to. Play around with it. I do like it. So the brass I like, right? I just think you got to work it. Obviously, if you want to switch it out. That's taste. That's your creative expression, right? I like it. I do like what it does. I just think it needs to be molded to fit the energy of the song and the energy of how you're singing. Let's push forward a little bit.
From the last ship,
Hand-built, beautiful.
the ups and the downs.
I would love to try one out. I want to get it a place now that I'm, now that I'm at 10,000 followers. Now that I'm at 10,000 followers, here goes my ego. No, I'm just playing. Now that I'm at 10K, I would love to reach out to like a couple small like boutique audio companies and do some videos with their gear. It'd be fun just to even like try them out for a week and do some tests between a couple different like comparisons between a couple like smaller preamps and stuff like that. It'd be fun. Yeah, let me get a couple things in order. I need to respond to your message too. It'd be fun, dude. I love this stuff because I'm also starting again. I'm finally monetized on YouTube as well, and I've been building that for a while now, and I have almost a couple thousand subscribers on there as well. And so I'm trying to build up some of these other platforms, and I want to post at least like once to twice a week, every single week on YouTube, as well as all my projects, as well as these live streams. I'm trying to do it all. But I want to do long form stuff, like really high quality long form YouTube videos as well. And that's where like getting gear in and being able to review some stuff could be really valuable. So I would love to do some more stuff like that. So I definitely want to stay in touch time, because if there's a couple companies that would be willing to send one in and then throw it out, I would love to, man. I'm building the TikTok shop for a global audio gear distribution company now, dude. Yeah, I need to shoot you a message back and let's connect on stuff like that, because I would love to. I would absolutely love to. That'd be fun.
But I'm so done with wasting.
And hopefully just really valuable too, because there's just so many boutique companies out there for like mics, interfaces, preamps, compressors, stuff that just no one knows about. And I would love to give them a little bit of a boost to hopefully get some cool stuff done.
In my time, acting like you don't know, just take your show on the road.
I love it. That's perfect.
Keep wasting my time. You don't need me no more. I think that you gotta go. I be wasting
I'm gonna get into this next section here.
my time. You don't need me no more. I think that you gotta go.
I would love. Okay, one of my last probably one of my last recommendations here, Sick Rat. I would love to hear a high octave on there. Now you already said this is top of your range. For one, I think it sounds good. I don't feel like this feels like you're stretching your range at all. In fact, it sounds really comfortable for me. Wasting my time. Dun, dun. And that feels very comfortable for you. It doesn't, even if you feel like you're pushing your vocal range, it doesn't sound like you're pushing your vocal range at all. In fact, I want another octave, and you can just do it digitally. What I would do is just get some little altar boy on the background, double track another vocal, double track another melody for that vocal, get one on the left, one on the right, and then formant shift them slightly different from each other, and then pitch them up an octave in the background, and then set them back like 4 dB, 5 dB. Get them in the background of the way. I would love to hear, you already have some beautiful layers back there. I would love to open up that vocal range right there. And I feel like the energy of the song is so high, but your vocal register still feels, again, even though you're stretching, feels a little bit comfortable. Wasting my time. Dun, 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 dun. It's very comfortable. I want to hear wasting my time. Dun, 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 dun. I want to hear that octave up there, and you could probably just do that with a little altar boy, and then set a nice little filter layer in the background. It just needs that. It needs that fifth gear. You know what I mean? Yeah, it needs that. It needs that extra gear that just feels open. It just feels vibrant, because your voice sounds relaxed in a really like powerful brass heavy, like almost like K-pop trap, beat structure that I want to get a little bit more life out of your vocal. Building is wrong word. It's planning stages, but it's in the works. Dude, I love that. Dude, I love what you do, Time Mine. It's so impressive, but it's exactly that. Trying out pre's for YouTube and live. Dude, yeah. Dude, that's killer. That's killer. That's a lot of what I want to do, man. I love doing gear reviews and stuff like that, and really being able to get into like the nuances of it, showcase it, try them on drum mics, try them on guitars, try them on, bass, try them on vocals and stuff like that, and do some like shootouts and stuff, but also do it in a way that's like really palatable for people. I have all the stuff here to do it. I've got all the stuff, all the like, video equipment and lights and everything here in this production studio to be able to do videos. That's why I want to do a lot more YouTube, because I have the cinema cameras. I've got everything that I need. So I would love to do. I would love. So yeah, dude, that's 100% stay in touch. If there's anything I can do to help facilitate that, then I'd be down. I'd be absolutely down. That's a lot of what I want to do.
Red up 3 a.m. It ain't you who I'm calling. Who'd you ride for? Who'd you die?
And you do have some some formant shifted vocals way in the background right there that I really like too. There's a lot of tasteful things that you're doing, Sick Rat. So yeah, keep on this lane, man. I think you're chipping away at something that's really, really nice. I know this is early. I know that this is very early stages of building out your production structure. But I think as you finalize this, as you dig into the vocal structure and soften what you need to, I was like, damn, can I pull that off? I mean, if you can't pull it off even in a falsetto, then just honestly, I think one of the best ways, Michelle, what's up, Michelle? Thank you for the heartbeat. I appreciate that so much. It's good to see you. If you can't hit it in your own falsetto, melody, if you want to do really digital, obviously what's going to sound like very artificial octave, then just do it with like little altar boy and then print it. If you want it to sound a little bit more natural, then raise the octave with Melodyne. Melodyne is probably one of the easiest ways for you to just jump that octave right there, double track pan to either side, and then you can, within Melodyne, you can change format. With Melodyne, you can change format too. So if you want to create some distinctions in color, you just format ship one slightly down, shift the other one slightly up, and then pan them opposite. Small changes in timing and stuff like that. Michelle, it's good to see you. It's always great to see that name pop up. I hope you're doing all right. I'm only bringing you early songs after showing you my first finished song, and you show me missing keys, and now I can't. Yeah, man. I know how it is. I know how it is. All right, let's push to the outro here. And then we're gonna close up the line after this, y'all. My time, you don't need no more. I think that you gotta go. You hear how big the brass sounds here? That's what I want for that hook. It's like this big saw bass. It's detuned. It's gritty. It's distorted. I love all of that energy. I want to hear like more of that on that hook if that's kind of what you're leaning into. Y'all please show some love to Sick Grass. Sick Grass, love and appreciate you. Thank you for sending this in. I hope that gave you a couple things you can kind of target and dig into. But let's keep it moving. I'm going to get into our last two artists, y'all. Last two artists. Let me go ahead and close up the line here. We will be live again tomorrow, so please make sure that if you are on any of the three platforms that we're live, Red, Purple, or TikTok right here, make sure that y'all are following, subscribed, all that good stuff. We'll open up the line for, it needs to hit crazy. That's what I'm saying, Sick. It's like it's there, but it's kind of soft. I want that to slice. I want that to hit you in the chest. I want it to be heavy. But yeah, we're live on those three platforms, so make sure you're following, make sure that you're subbed, and we'll get into some great music here in a little bit too. And I do need to update notifications. Let me get this open, and then also let's see where we're at right here. Day, hop in the chat, Day. Anytime, Sick. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Last two tracks, y'all. Last two tracks. Actually, give me 1 second while I'm waiting for Day to pop up. While I'm waiting for Day to pop up, I'm gonna throw some clothes in the dryer and to use the restroom. So give me just a second, Day. I'm gonna use the restroom, throw some clothes in the dryer, and then we'll keep it moving. We're back. Let's go. Tour traffic. Tour traffic. Tom, I always has the most ridiculous names for me. All right. Let's go. There's Dasick in the building. Let's go. Cigarettes on all platforms. Much love, everybody. All love to you as well. Just caught myself humming no, literally, it's so catchy. It's ridiculous. So catchy. Okay. Line is closed. Dasick and R3trac, y'all are closing us out. Officially closing us out. Line is closed. We will be back live tomorrow, so make sure that you are here. Show up. Make sure that you're following. Make sure that you're tapped in. If you got more music, you got revisions, you know people that make music, and you want them to come in and experience this beautiful, amazing community, then definitely tap in tomorrow. Make sure that you're tapped in. All right, let's get it rolling in here. Let's get it rolling in here. Last two. So we're gonna do a back-to-back from Dasick, which is just two different versions of the song. Sent you the Google Drive links through the email. Beautiful. Got them both right here. Let me just see if I can get them downloaded because my drive's almost full. I need to go through and delete some stuff. I got another 15 gigs of stuff there. Never ending storage issues. It's perpetual. All right. Daddy. Unable to play, but we're going to download it. Let's see if it'll download it. I apologize for the clothes banging around in the background. All right, there's number 2, EQ revise. Let's go to number 1, which is right here. The cost of applause, and then I'll dive into the email here really quick. I feel that so much. I feel that's why. Hey, that's why I'm here. A fresh set of ears, a professional second set of ears. You can just step back and see kind of what works a little bit better. All right, both of those are downloaded. We'll go from 2 to 3. Let me read through the email real quick, and then we'll get it done. All right, here's the 2 masters we're trying to decide between. The mix from your notes. Live stream last week. Master was done by Canadian legend Harry Hess. He gave us 2 versions to decide between, and we're stuck on which one to choose. We want to vary MCR Billy Talent. Love. Is it MCR going on tour again? Yeah, 100%. Dasick, 100%. Isn't MCR going on tour? I think they're going on tour again. I want to see them. I think they might be coming to Austin. I'm not positive. Anyways, that'd be the closest for us. Vocals clearly in the front, but also not taken away from the guitars or the rest of the band. We still want the guitars loud, heavy, and punchy. Facts. But just want the vocals in front enough that someone not into the rock genre would still enjoy. No way, Day. I gotta go see him. We love MCR. Love NCR. We had our mix exactly how we wanted everything to sit. So now just the small mastering choices. Yep. Okay. HB2 had a revised EQ in the middle and pulled back the side a bit. And HB3 had a different final vocal limiter. I keep going back and forth on which one I like best, so feel like I need some outside ears. Okay, that's what we're going to go through back and forth, and we'll decide which one we like. So this one, I'm not going to. We talked through all the other details, so I'm not going to really break down anything else. This is getting towards our final breakdowns, right? Like our final master here. So I'm not going to touch really any of the corrections. I just want an ear on the details of the master and positioning, openness, width dynamics, stuff like that. So I'm going to really focus on that because I think that's going to be the most beneficial thing. When you're at this stage, sometimes it's not the most beneficial to be like, and by the way, the second word you said on verse 2 is a little, I don't want to do that. That's chaos. So I'm going to lock in on these 2 details here. Let's go HB2 first. Let's get it. Come on. Play the track. Hold on. Why doesn't it want to? Give me a second. Oh, it's a document. Hold on. Give me a sec. Brokesy, welcome in. Thank you for tapping in. I appreciate you being here. Actually, the link that popped up right below you, but we are closed for today. I'm backwards on my screen. I just closed the line. I only have 2 tracks left right here. But we're going to open up again tomorrow. So if you're not following on the purple app where you're at right now already, make sure that you're following, turn on the notifications. We'll be live again tomorrow, early afternoon. These are our last couple tracks tonight. But I'll open up submissions for consultations tomorrow. Typically speaking, just so you know, you can type exclamation point submit right in the chat and it will bring up the submit link for you, but it's also the Nightbot right below you is giving it to you. Is I get in it? Broxy, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I've already been on for 3 hours. After a full day of work and then streaming for 3 hours on here. So I gotta, for the sake of my ears, who still have to listen to a lot of music tomorrow and mix and produce and stuff. I gotta call it at some point. I've done 8 consultations tonight after a full day of work and projects and stuff. So I gotta do it. That is unlucky though. I'm so sorry to hear that. Tap in tomorrow. I'm not typically on this late. So I'm usually on like 2 or 3 p.m. Central, 2 or 3 p.m. Central for like 3 or 4 hours. Okay, let's get into it. I don't know why it's not. What is the file here? Give me a sec. It says it's not able to. It's not able to play the audio file. Give me a sec. Yeah, they downloaded fine. I'm gonna go from I'm gonna try it over here. No, it's a document file. Yeah, can you send it are you able to send it as a wave? It's a huge document though. What's the I'm gonna get into it. Give me a sec. Let me get info real quick. Yeah, it's saying it's a text document. Let me see. Let me try. Let me try to open it. On your drive, it says. Let me try HB2. We're gonna try it over here. That's so weird. I don't know why this happens. Because they're big file. I mean, they're 60 megabytes. So. Yeah, they're. Okay, yeah, let me see. I don't know why, because they're big documents, but they're just documents. What's up, big country? Welcome in, man. I hope you're doing amazing. Yeah, let me check over here. Yeah, I don't know why it would be doing that, because it shows as a big file. It shows as, like 60 megs, right? So that's a typical wave, 40 to 70 megs. So it's a big file, but it's showing as a text document. I don't know why, dude. Technology just, I want to disconnect from all tech. I'm trying to go more and more analog. The tech, but this doesn't fix that unless you're like sending me a carrier pigeon or something with your file. But I, still got to do some tech, but I hate it. It bothers me so much. All right, let me wait for this email to come in. Wednesday's the day. It's coming out, man. Let's go. I'm excited, man. You're 2 days away. Let's get it. I'm excited for you, man. Okay, just waiting for oh yeah. Okay, just waiting for this file to come in, and then you should be good. Hopefully, if this works the way that it's supposed to. Still waiting. Hopefully it comes in soon. I'm gonna share with you so you can tell me, dude. Absolutely, country. I'm excited, man. No problem. I just want to make sure my neck. Just want to make sure I get it. Just want to do that. All right, let's see. Let's see. And then R3trac, are you still in the building? Still in the building, still in the building. Boom, 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 boom. Bow, ba, bow. Beautiful R3trac. Good. Let me go and get your track downloaded since we're here. Since we're waiting. Okay, cool. Let me get R3trac downloaded. I got your MP3 R3trac. Logan, I'll get your email here in a second. Boom. There's our email from 0 minutes ago. Let me see which one is. Here's the updated one. Okay. Hopefully this works. Hopefully this works. It's downloaded. Let's see. Okay. Holy shit. All right. We're here. What's up, Sicko? Jesus. Okay. We're here and the link works. Does it ever? There's number 3. Let's go to number 2. Hold on. It works. Let's get this one downloaded here and then let's dive into it. No, that's not. No, you're good. You're good. As I clicked on it and it played. All right. Last couple tracks, y'all. Last couple tracks. Let's we'll close it out. We'll be live again tomorrow. For anybody else that does want to tap in. All right, this is number 2.
Another day that's got away from me. Another battle
Let's go. Hell yeah. Shout out to Melodyne. Still sounds natural though.
Another voice, another bill, another day to find the will for me to finally accept that this is all my mess. All the lies I denied, justified from the inside. I was bound to be a wreck, and now you're looking at what's left.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Y'all give it up on time for Dasic. Yeah. And what I like about it is it's still not perfect. It's not supposed to be, right? That's my favorite thing about it is that it is still not exactly on the grid. It's right in that range. It seems so much more natural without hurting your ears, right? Like that to me is exactly where it's supposed to be. All right, let's go to the next one here. Let's go here. Let's see. So is this number 3? HB2 and HB3, right? Number 3 is the other one. Yep, beautiful. I'm gonna A-B here a little bit. Okay, let's go here. A being a little bit here too. This one's feeling a little bit like it's got a bit of a better balance to it, I feel like. Vocals a little bit smoother. Guitars are a little bit wider in this one, it feels like. A little better prominence to the layers there, probably. I think not as piercing in the mid too. I'm gonna go. So we're at 1.5 minutes. So let's go back to number 2. Yeah. Little bit less presence on the outside there. Number 3. It seems like a little bit more side information. So far, number 3 is my favorite by a good margin. So far, number 3 is my favorite. It feels a little bit sharper and punchier from the vocal with like, it's really smooth. It's really controlled. The guitars feel wider. So in my opinion, they do feel bigger. They feel more powerful. So far, number 3, number 3 to me is feeling the most like going back and forth a little bit. To me, it's kind of a no-brainer. I would go with number 3 so far. I'm going to get into like the solo and some later stuff like that, but to me, number 3 feels a little bit smoother and a little bit bigger where it needs to, as far as like punch and drive and width and stuff for the guitars, and the vocal feels a little bit more connected to everything without being overbearing. So yeah. Was his original master he did with just the vocal limiter brought up a bit. Number 2, he fucked around with the mids more to bring up the vocal presence. First listen, I like number 2 more. So that ended up like number 2. So I'm glad. No, yeah. I think because what I'm hearing, here's what I was hearing is I had it quite a bit louder when I heard number 2 the first time. Because when I first listen on like Apple Music or whatever, when it plays through the computer, it does it super loud for whatever reason. And it was a little piercing to me. So I think for me, it was my gut reaction is hearing number 2 the first time right there, because the mids were a little bit more inflated to get more vocal presence and stuff like that. It actually hurt a little bit more to listen to. It actually felt a little bit more harsh, a little bit more abrasive when it brought forth the lead guitar on the riff and those vocals in the mids. To me, it was like too much. This one feels like it's a better balance. This feels smoother. This feels a little bit more balanced, a little bit more even. So I think on most systems, for most people, this will sound the best. Even though the other one's fine. Nothing wrong with it, right? The other one's fine. But this number 3 that I'm listening to right now, it feels a bit more even to me. Wider guitars, I like it. Good vocal layering. The only thing we wanted from the original was just the vocals were a bit tucked behind the guitars in his first mastering. No, this feels good. This isn't a revision to that, right? This feels good. Like I wouldn't be mad about this being out. I wouldn't be mad about this being out. This to me feels connected. The vocals on top, it's clean, it's clear, it's over the top, it's really saturated. Slices through over the top, smooth compression. It's grabbing it and it's forcing it forward. I think that's where the limiter's coming in. Vocal feels forward, but it doesn't feel completely separate and distinct. These are the 2 revisions he sent. Yeah, I like this. This is good. This is clean. This is definitely an improvement for the first time I heard it. What's up, True? Welcome in. Yeah, I think when he was inflating just mid, right? Like when because like you were saying, he's not really affecting anything on the mix at this point. He's doing kind of sweeping curves to the master, and since he's doing more sweeping curves to the master to like inflate in certain things and push them and pull them forward and back in the mix, when he inflated those mids to give the vocal a little bit more prominence and stuff like that, when he's inflating those mids, he's also just like it's more snap out of the snare. The guitars start to be a little bit unbeneficially resonant, right? They start to ring a little bit. Especially between like 1,000 and 3,000 hertz. It starts to become more abrasive. The louder it gets quieter. It's like fine. But as soon as I start to crank the volume a little bit, it started to hurt my ears, right? You're just getting a lot more of that negative energy. You're getting a lot more of that like ringing and those kind of abrasive frequencies between 1,000 and 3,000 hertz. I think when he rebalanced that and then controlled the vocal, it just smoothed all of that out and pushed the vocals or like pushed those guitars to the outside a little bit more, gave them more power, better balance to the vocal, better control. It's a lot smoother. I like this. This is nice.
Justified from the inside, I was bound to be a wreck, and now you're looking at what's left.
Yeah, this is a way better balance too. Still slightly sharp, but I like it. That's what I'm saying. It's like slightly sharp still, but perfect. It's energetic. It's got some like tension to it. I like that it's still a little bit off. That's perfect. Yeah, I feel that. It happens, man. Sometimes you just need to step away from it for a second. I also love the pedal tone from those da da da. The background vocals are not following all of the melodic movements. The da 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 da. It's just kind of pedal tone, right? It's just like right there on the note, creating that third, but then not following all of your melodic changes. It gives it a lot of power, a lot of angst. I like it, man. This is great. You're ready to go. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Our bass player was a choir boy for 10 years, and as much as we make fun of him, it comes in handy. That's a fact, man, 100%. Y'all give it up one time for Daysik. Daysik, thank you so much for sending in these two different revisions here, man. I appreciate you doing what you do, man. You're very talented. Y'all are great vocalists, guitarists, drummers, musicians across the board, man. You should be very, very proud of the work that y'all are putting in. This is a solid revision on what you did. Like a very, very distinct, solid revision. Absolutely love that. The change in the guitar, shout out to Melodyne. It's always one of my GOAT plugins, even for like correcting guitar tuning. It makes a big difference, man. It makes a big difference. So y'all please show some love to Daysik. Go find their music on platforms. You're going to like what you hear. Let's close out the live. We got R3trac in the building. R3trac, you know the deal. You know the deal. You know the deal. Talk me through what we're doing here, and let's close it out tonight, y'all. This is going to be our last track of the evening. Then we'll be live again tomorrow afternoon. So definitely make sure that you're following and subscribed on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. Would absolutely love to see you on the next live stream that we have. Let's get into it. This is Chapter by R3trac Beats. Let's get into it, man. I appreciate you so much, man. Shout out to Daysik. Trap Soul R&B beat. Let's get into it, man. Let's go, R3trac. You closed this out last time, didn't you, R3trac? It's fate. It's fate. You're the closer. R3trac's the closer.
Hey, yo, R3trac. You know the deal.
Hell yeah. Let's go, R3trac. What's up, Philip? Welcome in. Good to see you, man. I like the texture on that lead. That's love, Daysik. I appreciate you so much. Plenty of space for a vocalist on this R3trac. Smooth, man. Very, very smooth. Let's go, R3trac. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Y'all give it up one time for R3trac Beats. R3trac is the family, man. Y'all, R3trac, you know we love you. You know we love you, man. Appreciate you so much for sending in this track. Let's dive into some of the details here, man. There's a lot of texture and a lot of character in here that I really, really like. The other thing that I really like about this, and there's pros and cons, of course, to all of it, but there's great separation between all of your different elements. Maybe we can find some ways to glue some things a little bit, but I do like initially that there's a lot of great like sonic separation where like everything's very, excuse me, everything's very in its place, in its position, in the mix. It feels very separate and very distinct from each other. I think in this production structure here, I think that's a great thing. Now, maybe, like I said, maybe there's some ways we can glue together, tasteful glue compression, maybe a couple other elements to kind of bridge the gap between some of the things you're doing, stylistically. But I love all of the movement and panning and the openness that we're hearing here. I think it's fantastic. So let's get into it. This is Chapter by R3trac Beats. If you want beats, R3trac sells beats, so please tap in. He's incredibly versatile, incredibly talented as a producer and composer. I've heard him do everything from lo-fi, house, trap, drill, reggaeton last time, all the way through like cinematic scores. Just all over the place. He's amazing. He's very talented, so definitely reach out to R3trac if you're interested in beats. Let's run it from the top. Let's dive into some details, man, and we'll close it out.
Hey, yo, R3trac.
It's
You know
time.
the deal.
It's time. Shout out to R3trac, man. This could be like a black beat. You know what I mean? Like I could hear like Party Next Door, Black, like kind of in that range, like a lower kind of like soft rap vocal. You know what I mean? In the background, I could definitely hear something like that on this track. 100%.
Hey, yo, R3trac. You know the deal.
Yeah, I can feel that. I feel that. I love that lead synth. That lead synth is really tasteful. In fact, I think you have a ping pong delay in the background there. I would love, excuse me, I would love to hear that, to be honest, until a vocal comes in maybe, but like, I would love to hear that ping pong delay even a little bit louder. I would love to hear like the da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. I would love to hear that even a little bit more forward, maybe filtered like H delay style, like filter it down, filter it up a little bit, up to like 300 or 400 hertz, down to like 2000 hertz. You know what I mean? A little bit more prominence right there, because I really do like the space that it offers. And it's one of the few elements, excuse me, one of the few elements in your mix that has a little bit more ambiance to it. Everything else is very dry. I think it's a reverse piano in the background. You have a really nice reverse piano, obviously really tight drum structure in there, and like low respace, like low, like filtered bass. All of that's really like smooth, but it's really dry, right? So you have one or two elements in the background that have some delay and reverb on them. I would amplify that maybe even a little bit more, maybe even a little bit higher on the auto pan right there, or the ping pong delay in the background. Give it a little bit of texture and a little bit of life, because everything else, like drums and outside of like you gating that reverb on that like cross stick that you have, everything else is like fairly dry. So giving it a little bit of life, I think, could be helpful too. This is sick. I mean, this is cool, man. It's a cool feel. Again, fairly simple, but there's a lot of space for a vocal. So I think you could always add to this. You could always have little ear candy and little tasteful things in the background and glue it all together. But there's a lot of space for a vocalist, which I think is great. It's gonna be easy to like get someone on this. It's very easy for them to envision themselves on this production. Smooth, man. Really like the reverses too. These breaks, I think we could lean into a little day. That would be crazy. We could lean into these breaks a little bit, because you have this push, right? Beautiful. Love that. I love what you're doing in the structure right there. I think it's the bass and the reverses keep going straight through it, if I'm not mistaken, or they're just still legato. Like they just kind of keep holding. Even if you re-trigger the note, they keep holding. I would love for you to amplify. It's such a great, impactful pocket. I would love to amplify that anymore by making it a little bit choppier, a little bit more staccato. Let me hear it again. Hear it again. Like right now you have bow, 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 bow. Right, you can hear how like the release is a little bit longer. I would almost love for you to chop those decays a little bit tighter too, and that bum, 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 boom, boom, and like bring it in a little bit sharper. Right now it's kind of just dum, 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 dum. It just kind of keeps going. You have a little bit of a longer decay, so that decay blends into the retriggering of the note every time. I think if you could chop that a little bit finer, like print and chop right there, cut that a little bit tighter so that break feels really, really solid. Like everything is doing the break with you. Bum, 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 ba-da-da-ga. Boom, and then you cut everything back in. Since it's smooth right now, I don't feel like it's as impactful as it could be. So it could be nice to chop that up a little bit, make it a little bit tighter. Because I mean, I like the idea. I like the structure right there. It could probably just be a little bit more impactful. Same there, maybe. Yeah, on that bass, the dun right there in the background, that synth bass that you have, cutting that so you're not getting the dun 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 dun, but you have a dun 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 dun. It chops a little bit more staccato, a little bit drier right there. Just on the maybe on the reverses, like maybe those reverses could be cut in the middle until it reverses into the next line. But yeah, I would maybe just shorten up those chops a little bit for the bass so that they don't decay straight into the next line. Because right now the bass line goes straight into the next retriggering of the note, as opposed to it like chopping a little bit tighter. Something to consider, something to think about, so that little chop right there actually has a little bit more punch behind it. Love the little square ping pong in the back, or little popcorn in the background. Gotta do my puzzle. And if this is like your hook right here, I think it could be helpful to have a little bit of texture in the background. I'm gonna drop on just like a bucket brigade on this piano really quick, just to kind of show you like what could happen. Just because I feel like I feel like it could be bring down the output and let's crank up this reverb a little bit. Just like, because I would love to separate your hook a little bit. Now you bring in the da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, that little high. I love that. Beautiful. I think going into your hook though, you could have a little bit more separation between hook and verse as far as sound design goes. Because that lead melody is great. I think if you had one thing doing chords, whether that's like a synth, like a plucky Juno kind of a synth, or like a really chorused piano, like I'll show you here, or like a guitar or something like that. I think it would be nice to have one other chord in there that's not just bass and lead, because right now it feels like bass and lead and nothing to, again, glue. We're talking about like those glue elements earlier, a little bit of a glue in the middle here. So kind of. So if that's your hook, right? And then bring in something here. 3. And let off. Let that live like just on the hook, right? Empty out here, make that punchy, make it nasty. Empty out a little bit here. Keep all this nice and open. I like the ear candy. I like the sound design in the background. And then add in a piano or something similar going back into the hook one more time. Leave all this a little bit more dry, a little bit more empty. And then I'm assuming here, 2, 3, 4. Yep. open up or keep it in. A little bit of like the warmth that it brings. Empty, right? But whether it's like the piano like that or something completely different, having just the warmth of that change in energy, it gives a little bit more texture and character. So whatever you do, if you do anything, right? Obviously that's up to you, but like if you do anything, it would just be nice to have one other layer that separates verse and hook. Because once you dun 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 and you have all those cross sticks in there, the texture there is beautiful. I like it a lot. So I like the idea of being a little bit drier during those verses and then having like one other fresh element. So the piano that I have here is literally just the Universal Audio one. Yeah, it's called Ravel. It's called Ravel, but it's literally, I just added a brigade chorus to it. So I can literally, I can show you really quick with a stock piano. Let me go here really quick. Because honestly, the chorus is doing all the heavy lifting. It's a bucket brigade chorus. It's doing all the heavy lifting. There's some good free ones out here. In fact, I think some DAWs come with a free one, and you can probably find a free one out here. I have a free one that came with Pro Tools, and then I also have one that I got with Universal Audio. But I'll show you with the stock plugin. So let me just go to Mini Grand. Mini Grand's the stock Pro Tools plugin for piano. And we'll go. So, let me switch. Boom, I forgot. Yeah, this is the stock. This is the stock piano. So we'll go to a hall. I'm not going to use any of the reverb here because I'm going to use a different one. Oops, let's switch. So you can already hear. So this is the piano. This is just that's the stock piano in Pro Tools. I'm going to bring this Valhalla up. So I'm going to bring this up to 35. And then literally all I did was go here and I added the brigade chorus. I'm going to bring down the intensity a little bit. So it's not so, if I go here, oh wait, what I'm doing, I'm not adding any of these to the right thing. Hold on, my bad. Let's bring these down here. I was like, wait, hold on, what's going on? That's what I'm looking for, right? That's a little crazy. But if I bring this down to just like number 4, if I bring this down to number 4, then it's a little bit like the 4th notch here. And then you just kind of, I mean, again, from dry, it's chorus, slow modulation chorus, and reverb. If this is bypass. There's nothing special about that at all. It's just like a shitty piano. You throw in a bucket brigade, and you throw in a Valhalla reverb. Come on, dude. Beautiful. And that's the stock piano. I also have, so I'll show you real quick before I hop off. Where is the, but it's, oh yeah, the C1. It's this right here. This one is stock. This one just came for free with Pro Tools. So I'm sure you could find this somewhere. You can hear the same thing. I can bring it down a little bit lower right here. And this is a free one. It's not as good. You can tell a difference. Doesn't sound nearly as good, but there are some free versions of it. But it's just essentially all you're doing is adding a pretty deep modulation. You can hear it moving, pretty deep, slower modulation, and then from there, just adding like some reverb and some like saturation and stuff like that, and it opens it up like crazy. You all show some love, dude, to R3trac. I love this beat, dude. It's smooth, it's dark, it's moody. So I think one of the biggest things that I'm looking for is, like I said, maybe a little bit more activity from some of the effects, some of the ear candy. So this feels doesn't feel too dry and too pointed, but it feels like it's got some space and some ambiance to it. And in that same lane, adding a chord to the hook. So there's a little bit more emotion, a little bit more feeling behind it. It warms up the middle. So it doesn't just feel like, bass lead, but there's some thirds and some fifths, some harmonies in the middle that feel a little bit more interesting to listen to. And then, of course, just get you a great vocal on this, man. This is killer. Y'all show some love to the family. R3trac, we love you, man. You're amazing. Absolutely, absolutely amazing. Please show some love. 21 still to go to bed early tonight. Thanks for all the help. Yeah, April 28th single comes out. Make sure you check back because our guy goes crazy with the word. Absolutely, Dasik. I'm hopping off as well, Dasik. Y'all show some love to the family. That's going to do it for tonight. We're going to close it up. I love and appreciate y'all so much. The music's been amazing tonight. I genuinely appreciate what y'all are doing so much. So thank y'all for joining the show. So good to see you. Good night to y'all. Quick spiel before we hop off for those of you who don't know. My name is Torvik. I am a full-time engineer, producer, and session musician. So if you're ever interested in those services, shoot me a message. If you need live drums, you need synths. That's my main thing. If you need analog hardware synths on your track, if you need vocals, electric, acoustic, or bass guitar, if you need a full production package, you need a mix and mastering engineer, shoot me a message. I would love to help you out and get you going where you need to go as far as your music goes. So shoot me a message. I would love to talk to you about the project, make sure that it's a good fit, and then of course work out timeline, budget, and stuff like that. So y'all have an amazing rest of your evening, and hopefully we'll see y'all tomorrow. We'll be live again tomorrow afternoon. Y'all have an amazing rest of your night.